Good morning. Don't pay the ransom. I'm here. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the show. A little late this morning starting, but I've got good excuses. I'm busy. I'm trying to get the information together for you. Let you know what's going on. There's a lot going on. Welcome today to Thursday, June the 3rd, 2021. It's Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here to try to help you determine and figure out what's happening in the markets in plain English. Lots happening in the pre-market again, and we're here to try to make sense of the whole thing. Welcome one, welcome all. I'm glad you're here. I just saw that the ADP report came out for May. Private sector jobs were not added. 978,000 shares were added for May. So that sounds pretty good. The Dow and the S&P and Nasdaq have been in negative territory all pre-morning this morning. We still have an hour to go, of course, before we start trading. The Dow is down 203, S&P down 30, Nasdaq down 142. I'm going to keep an eye on that, obviously. This report, I'm not sure if it's going to make much of a difference on the markets to start with. We've been running at record high levels, and there might be a little pullback today for profit taking, maybe the last couple hours, and then we kind of chew through whatever selling is coming in and we move on. This is not a big decline or anything. It's just pre-market. We'll see. Plenty of time yet before we figure out the opening. The story this morning, though, and the headline on my title today, it's about AMC. And normally I wouldn't, really talk about AMC on a corporate level, but I have to today because what happens with AMC stock is infecting other stocks. It used to be whatever GameStop was doing would infect other stocks, but now it's AMC. We're talking about the meme stocks, and we're following, and we always have followed GameStop very closely. AMC today announced early this morning that they were going to issue stock from their treasury from time to time, they say, although they've already mentioned the brokerage firms that are going to help them issue stock from their treasury. Another 11.5 million shares is the number. Now, why only 11.5 million shares with a company $5.5 billion in debt? Why would you only issue 11 odd million? Because even at this $60 range or $70 range or where we're trading right now, pre-market right now, 58.16, even here at say $60, rounded out, this is $600 and something million, $660 million, $700 million against $5.5 billion in debt. And the reason they are doing what they're doing is they are selling the last of the stock they're allowed to sell under their corporate charter. And their shareholders rebelled against the management of AMC about 3-4 months ago, when management of AMC had proposed to shareholders that they were going to look to increase the float or total issuance of stock authorized by AMC from 500 million shares to 1 billion shares. So the company was going to do that, and then the shareholders revolted, especially those Reddit crowds and Wall Street Bets folks. And so AMC rescinded that, and they said, "Okay, we'll redo the annual meeting. We'll do it for July. We'll take this provision out. We won't put this in our annual meeting vote, and we'll just stay at the 500 million level or whatever this level is right now. I'm not sure exactly what the number is. It's around 500 million." Okay. That seemed to appease the shareholders at the time. At the time, the stock was still in this $8 to $14 range. It's kind of hanging at that point. No immediate effect on the stock at that point. Now, in the last 2 weeks, obviously, we are aware of the kind of run that the stock has had to as high yesterday of 72.65, I believe it was. Yeah, 72.62. Pardon me, folks. I've got all kinds of gunk in my glasses. So I got to get to that. Anyway, the stock this morning was higher than that. The stock this morning was sitting at about 75, 76 bucks when all of a sudden they announced this 11.5 million share authorization it's a filing with the SEC to issue stock for cash. And the stock immediately plummeted out, dropped off, and it went down, like I say, to, let me just double check the charts here. It was sitting at 75, 76, 77 this morning around 4:45 in the morning. It was even at 76-ish around 6:20 in the morning, and just around 6:55 Eastern time, it was around $74. That's when the announcement came out, or it started to show a reflection in the stock price, and it immediately dropped to $69 a share, hung around there for about 15-20 minutes, back to 70, and then dropped again, and it went from at 7:15 in the morning, it went down to from the 70 range to the 56 range at 7:28. So in the span of like 8 minutes, 10 minutes, it dropped all the way down to 56. It is now 57.70 as I'm talking to you at the moment. Volume in the pre-market, 32 million. Now, have they sold any of the stock? That's the question we're all asking, or some of us are asking. Have they sold any of the stock already? Did they pre-sell any? Did they have a commitment on a buy already when they announced this deal? Had they basically negotiated the 11.5 million share deal subject to the filing, and then they would close the deal? Well, they haven't announced the sale. They haven't announced the closing of any sale. They've not said anything. Now, the other day, yesterday, they announced pre-market that they had issued, or the day before yesterday, I'm not exactly sure. They issued $200 and something million worth of stock. And what was it, $57? I'm forgetting now. There's so much going on with this stock that they had raised whatever, $200 something million, and the market actually dipped a bit and then went up. But at the moment, we have no news, no word whether any of these shares have been sold at all, and whether any of this cash has been brought in and how much, and so on and so forth. I'm wondering if it's possible that the brokerage firms that have approached AMC to say, hey, we'd like to buy, we're willing to buy up to 11.5 million shares of your stock, have been themselves approached by short sellers. And has that been a possibility? So have short sellers gone to brokerage firms, say, hey, we're short stock, we're short at 20, 30, 40, whatever, we're getting killed here. We don't want to chase 11.5 or 20 million or whatever we're short. We don't want to chase this in the open market because look what's happening to this market. Can we cut a deal to buy a block, a block of stock? And the brokers have been coming to AMC one by one, I guess, saying, you want to issue any stock? Can you issue any stock? What can you do? Blah, blah, blah. Do you want to raise some cash? And I guess the president of the company, smartly, way to go, has been saying, hey, I can't issue hundreds of millions of shares because we're getting to the top of the tap out level here. But I can certainly, find dribs and drabs for you. Like the other day, they rate, what was it, 8 million shares? Now they're finding 11. So they got to file. They filed, cut the deal. But the stock on the open market right now, pre-market, 58.83. But that's irrelevant to this deal. I think this deal can be cut at whatever price the two parties can come together at. And I'm kind of wondering if these brokerage firms have got, 8, 10, 12, 20 hedge fund clients, I don't know how many, that are looking for 50 million, 80 million shares. And there's only 11.5 available on this block. And right here at 58.64, if they try to buy any of this stock right now, any of these hedge funds try to buy stock on the pre-market, they'll run this to 70, 75 on a million shares of volume. I mean, they'll run it. This 11.5 million share block, you don't want to be buying stock right now on the market because the block of 11.5 million will get more expensive. So are they trying to sell it down through other brokerage firms? Are they trying to keep it down here to negotiate a $55, $60 price tag for the block and get the block done? And then they'll buy back stock as much as they can between 58 and 65, and will that cover them? I don't think it'll cover them. I kind of get the impression that it's possible there are tens of millions of shares shorted on AMC, and only 11.5 million this morning are kind of available in a block, and that's it. And there is no more to get, let's say, down here, which I find funny to say, but at 58 to $60 is down here. This might be a block that's available, and then you're on the street again trying to convince retail investors to sell you stock, and the retail investors who are following Trey's trades and all the other guys and all the other Redditors and everyone else out there are going, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. And so is it possible that, this thing takes another shot? It's entirely possible. If this was such a bad piece of news, if this was so devastatingly bad that the company was issuing stock, that they're diluting their shareholders, or they're desperately trying to raise cash, this stock wouldn't be at 58. It would be at 18 right now. It would just be down $50 or another $40 from here, but it's not. And I just get this impression that from my ex brokerage days and my ex being a president of a public company and my floor trader connections and my desk trading connections, the wheeling and dealing is going on, and I can see the brokerage firms saying to the hedge funds or whoever's trying to buy this stock, it doesn't have to be a hedge fund, whoever shorted it, could be just several very wealthy individuals that are caught on the wrong side of the market. The brokerage firm is saying to these guys, hey, the company will let me sell. Let's put it this way. The company would like to issue 11.5 million shares. Step number one. Step number two, the company would like to issue 11.5 million shares for as much money as they can because they need the money for their debt. Number three, the more money the company gets for these shares, the more money they would have towards the carrying cost of their $5.5 billion in debt. They can knock 700 million off, 800 million off on this block. That helps. That's like 18% of the debt gone today. That would be better for every shareholder of the company. But these guys are shorters, and they don't care about the company's success. They care about the stock's demise, and they're wrong. They're on the wrong side of the trade because obviously the market has, stung them badly in the last 48 trading hours, 2 days. So there's this, we'll buy the block, but at a low enough price, we'll take the whole thing. The brokers are going, the company, we're talking to them about the block. They filed, they can sell this block, but they're not going to dump it at $45 a share. They're not going to, why should they? It's trading at 58. And it was 75 this morning, and it was 72 yesterday. Let's cut a deal. Or do you guys have to go into the open market today? Are your brokers saying, go to the open market and pick up your 11 million shares that you're short, or your 20 million, or whatever the numbers, and run this thing to 100, 150 a share? I mean, what could it do? I mean, yesterday it went from 35 to 72. You want to take a shot at trying to buy 10 or 20 million shares for your short position? You're going to run this market because the street knows that there are short sellers. Anyone with size coming into this market, the sniffing is blood in the water. There's a big buyer trying to buy, 200,000 shares at a time, 100,000 shares at a time, 500,000 shares at a time, 1 million at a time. Well, that's a shorter trying to cover. Let's outbid this guy. Let's bid it up. So these are small little blocks of stock. I mean, 8.5 million the other day, and now 11.5 million. This is chump change versus the 766 million traded yesterday on the stock. So the retail investors have got the stock on the run. The shorters are running for cover, and they're trying to find shelter in the storm wherever they can find it. And at the moment, there's an 11.5 million share block that seems to be available. The question is, what will the price be? And the president of the company has got to decide, what's the best deal for me? The brokers are advising him to get him the best price possible, I would think, because he's got two brokers acting on his behalf. And I think the negotiations are hot and heavy and have been going on all night last night, are going on right now, probably have been going on for days. And they continue. And the president is playing it perfectly. He's just sitting here with his arms closed going, well, make me an offer I can't refuse. We are a publicly traded company. Everyone knows I can't offer 100 million shares to you guys. I can't bail you guys out. I'm not allowed to issue a lot of stock. We're tapping out at our allowable shares outstanding level, and that's it. Take it or leave it, because my hands are tied. So this actually, from a Reddit point of view, Wall Street Bets point of view, the revolt of the shareholders months ago, where they said, no, we don't want you to be authorized to issue double the number of shares, was a brilliant move. When it's all said and done, it comes back to, in a funny way, it sounded to me like a death knell to the company, because I thought, oh my God, they can't issue stock to get out of debt. But because they can't issue stock, the stock goes up. And whatever stock they can issue up here. Because the thinking was, if they were only allowed to sell 20 or 30 million shares, they would have been selling them at $8 or $10 or $12 a share, like 2 weeks ago when they sold 45 million shares at 990 or 980 a share. They raised 450 million back then. If they could issue 40 million shares now, 40 million now at 60, $2.4 billion versus $450. The difference is unbelievable. But unfortunately, they can't issue 45 million or 100 million here at 60 or 70 to bring in, tons of cash. So around and around we go here, kids. The company has a limited number of shares. The shorters know the company has a limited number of shares. The shareholders know that the company has a limited number of shares, and it's a Dutch auction, or it's a bidding war perhaps between clients through the brokerage firms to the company to say, well, the one brokerage firm might call the company up and say, I got a buyer for 5 million. He'll pay you $60 a share. Another guy said, I got a buyer who'll pay you 65. Another might say, I got a buyer that'll pay you 68 for $1 million. Around. When AMC's jumping around right now, it's at 71, 68, 65. I think we got a deal here. There's something happening on AMC right now on the quotes here. They're going nuts, $68, $69 a share. I think we have a scenario here where there might be a deal done, 72.50. And I think we might have a deal. I don't see an announcement. I'm looking for this. Stand by, kids. 70.95 on AMC right now, and now 54. So it's jumping around like a yo-yo. 65. These pre-market quotes are everywhere. They're just everywhere. But I'm sniffing out the possibility that maybe a deal has been struck on the 11.5 million shares. And this is going to be announced in the not too distant future here, in minutes. And maybe we get an exact pricing. If they've cut this deal at $65, $70 a share, this could pop the stock to 100. Because of course, $70 a share on 11.5 million, that would be almost $800 million. CNBC doesn't have it. They're talking about it, but they don't have the news. Folks, that's what's going on. I'm just trying to cover it for you live with what I got, and I don't have a pipeline to this company. For GameStop shareholders and for shareholders of BlackBerry and for Bed Bath & Beyond, the vortex, we're in the vortex here. 269.69 on GameStop right now, down $12 from last night's close of 282. GameStop this morning was at 290 at one point this morning, 290 a share. But it dropped as low as about 265 or maybe even less than that for a brief second or two, but has been sitting around 269.70 ever since. If AMC pulls off a pre-market deal for this 11.5 million share block at a higher level than 50 something, and right now it's showing 58 again. So pardon me, bear with me, folks, as I'm watching these quotes jump around like I'm jumping Mexican bean here. 68, 69 on AMC right now. You tell me. It's a 54, 69, 71, 55. If they pull off the higher price, the stock could go higher yet again, because the company will just, have lost 700-800 million of their debt in one motion. They'll be down to then 4.7 billion if they put it all towards long-term debt. They'll be down to $4.7 billion if they pay off the most expensive debt, which would be the play to go. Great. What if the company itself has redeemable debt, or the kind of debt they can buy in the open market themselves? If they're buying their own debt at 70 cents on the dollar because it's trading down there, I'm not sure if they're allowed to do that, but if they are doing that, that would be a smart move for the corporation. So again, there's a lot of holy cow, there's a lot of speculation. When a company issues debt like bonds and senior notes, they trade on the bond market. These things trade on an over-the-counter market called the bond market, which is very sophisticated, but it's also the wild, wild west. Broker dealers and bankers and institutions make the markets for all debt. And AMC debt has been trading at a massive discount, even though the stock has gone up in value, because the bond market knows these guys cannot issue 500 million shares to get out of debt. They can't do it. So the bond market's going, these guys can't get out of debt no matter how high the damn stock goes. It doesn't matter. That's all window dressing. But these little sales have a way of inspiring some confidence and bringing new speculators to the table. And it could be interesting to see how this all plays itself out. If there's been speculators buying up all kinds of AMC debt the last couple of days in the 65-75% range of what the debt was issued at, there could well be a couple of holders out there, or a few pension funds, hedge funds, gamblers, who are sitting on AMC bonds that they bought at 65, 70 cents on the dollar, that they're saying to the company, we'll sell them to you at 85 cents on the dollar. We'll sell you your bonds back at 85 and make a quick 20 points. And the company's going, stand by. We might be able to pick off $700 million worth. That would have represented almost $1 billion of our actual debt load. And we for $700 million buy $1 billion of our debt. And now we're only $4.5 billion in the hole. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I'm throwing you guys so much stuff. You just have to bear with me on this as we kind of cover all this. I'm not here to promote AMC, but I am here to give you the heads up of what's going on with AMC and what could be going on behind the scenes, and how this could affect stocks that you and I are more interested in following, which would be the GameStop, because obviously this channel loves the GameStop story. And everything else. But this is a fascinating view into the markets as to what is really happening here. We don't know. I don't see anything on CNBC about a deal. I'm not seeing anything else about a deal on this debt yet. I haven't got anything anywhere, but I'm watching. But this stock jumping the way it it got me wondering if there are others thinking like I'm thinking, going, oh yeah, gee, this could really be something. What if this 11.5 million share block is being held up as a come and get it? Whichever you dogs can jump the highest will get this little pork chop. There are all kinds of dogs jumping to try to get the pork chop, and the brokers are dangling it, going back to AMC. AMC saying, this dog is willing to pay 50 for it. This dog is willing to pay 55 for all 11.5 million. This dog is willing to pay 58. These guys are willing to pay 62, but they only want half of it. These guys are prepared to pay up to 65, but they only need $1 million. I don't know. There's two houses that are handling the issue, and I've got to think that the phones are ringing off the hook back and forth. The texts are going back and forth. The emails are going back and forth. And time is of the essence. I think this company wants to make this deal happen ASAP, to say to their shareholders, here's what we've done. We've issued 11.5 million shares at a set price, average price of blah. The company's just raised blah, much money, and this money is going to be used for general corporate purposes. But behind the scenes of that are the negotiations with the bondholders and who knows what else is going on. $60.34 on AMC right in this second on the pre-market. Volume, 36 million shares already. Trying to push 11.5 million shares into this market is a joke. It's not a problem at all. Can easily be done, but why give it away at the low price? I wouldn't do it. And I have to admit that it seems to me, from my observation point, that the president of this company, the CEO, the guy who's running the show, is doing exactly what GameStop should have done in January but didn't do. This guy is doing it, and this guy is using the appreciation of the stock to raise cash. In the case of GameStop back in January, February, as you may recall if you were here, I was screaming at GameStop, begging them, yelling at them, please God, issue stock. The stock is 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. Please God, AMC, issue stock from your treasury and raise some damn cash. Do a filing quick. I don't care what you do. Raise money. They raised nothing, not a dime of money, until GameStop had the shares go down and come back up and go down and back up. And then they sold 3.5 million shares at 154, which still was a good move. But today GameStop is 260. They should be issuing 5 million shares now at this 260, 280 range. Take another 1.3 billion bucks cash and add it to your treasury. Go from 1 billion cash to 2.3 billion cash, no debt. That would be a smart move for GameStop to be doing right now. AMC is doing what they have to do because they are in desperate desperate corporate shape. They're in real trouble. They need to raise cash. They've got a hot market. They got a loyal stock base. They got a loyal group of shareholders, 3.5 million of them, that are running this market right now. They are ruling the roost. The insiders are gone. The Chinese guys are gone. They have no influence anymore on the stock. There is no dominant player running this story other than the retail investors. And you've got this ringmaster, the president of the company, who is brilliantly offering bits and pieces of paper to the street to fund his company with more cash right now to figure out a way to get through it. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely a genius move by this gentleman and his advisors, and I salute you for it. I can't believe it. I can't. I've never seen anything like it. But what I see, I respect. And if you can bring in hundreds of millions of dollars, do it. Absolutely. You're doing your shareholders a favor if you issue 11.5 million shares and fund the company with a bunch of cash. You're doing them a favor because you are raising capital to drop down the debt, which just makes it somewhat simpler to survive the whole thing. Now, what he needs to be able to do is he needs to be able to cut deals after this deal to either be able to issue maybe 100 million shares more and not upset too many of their shareholders, or he might need to and perhaps would be able to pull off deals where he can issue redeemable debt, the kind of debt where he would issue $1 billion in debt at 5% interest or 4% interest versus the 8 or 10 he's been issuing already, to retire to 10 or 11% interest, buy that debt back, issue 4 or 5% debt instead, and make that redeemable, where the company at its option with, say, a 6-month notice or a 90-day notice can call the debt back and buy it back. That might appeal to bond buyers because they realize that this guy and this company is reorganizing itself, and in a year or two, they might just buy this debt back off of us for maybe a 2% premium, like a little kicker. In the meantime, they take 10, 12% debt, turn it into 4, 5% debt, and roll over high debt for low debt, and then go to the shareholders and say, look, we just reduced our debt costs by 5, 6, 7% on $4 billion. That's saving us hundreds of millions a year in interest. We need to issue another 100 million shares, or be allowed to, in small increments, and we will use that money to pay off the rest of that high interest rate debt and or start redeeming this debt, and we will just bring the debt load down. You're enjoying a wonderful stock price. The company is stronger. I'm winging it. I'm just kind of going, this could be it. This could be the plan. I'm certain they are looking at every single possible possibility to find a way to stave off elimination, because if they do nothing, they are bankrupt. They are bankrupt if they do nothing. At the moment, they've got one thing going for them. One thing. The stock price. It's the only thing going for them. They're not selling out their theaters. They're not getting 15 blockbusters in a row for the next 15 weeks. They are winging it on their stock. And the investors are saying to the company, we believe in you. We believe in the fact that the theaters are reopening. We believe that Hollywood will bring out blockbusters. We believe that you will fill seats. We believe you'll have the cash flow. And we're buying up this stock. We've taken the stock off of Wall Street. We've taken the stock away from the speculators, and we've got the shorters on the run. Now, utilize this to take your company to the survival level and beyond. That's what the shareholders are kind of saying in their own unique way by having the stock at $61.80 a share. Welcome to the world of the wacky market. The shareholders are actually running the company, rather than the company running itself and trying to benefit its shareholders. It's the Bizarro Seinfeld episode. It's the opposite. It's a George Costanza opposite. Do the reverse. Unbelievable. I've never seen this happen. No one on Wall Street has ever seen this happen. These professionals, they have no idea what they're talking about right here. Dave Faber's talking about it right now. They're talking about AMC. And they're only talking about the fact that the company has filed to sell the stock. These guys do not know, or don't yet know, that they have sold the stock, or that how they're doing it. I'm wondering if Jim Cramer in any way is going to mention that. I bet you that bidding is going on right now. I'm just looking at the chronological sequence of events that are going on in the last couple of days over here. That's what they're talking about. Fair enough. I wonder if Kramer has been on the blower on the phone to his contacts, going, "What are you hearing? What are the guys trading saying on the desk? Does anyone know?" Obviously, the company's not going to say anything publicly. This is all off the record. A lot of brokers might say, "You didn't hear from me, but here's what I think it might be happening." As an old guy since the 70s, being in this business and having been in and out of this business since the 1978, my hunch is that wheeling and dealing is going on between the president of the company, his advisors, his brokerage firms, of which I think 2 have been designated to sell these shares, and those entities are talking to all their clients who are in desperate need for paper. And the reason is they're short and they want to get covered, and they don't want to chase this thing to $100 a share this afternoon. They just don't want to be caught in this thing, because this stock, the way I see it and the way it's trading and the way the Reddit crowd is so loyal to this stock, like they're loyal to GameStop, this stuff can reach 100 a share within an hour of the opening if they don't do the deal. Like, I'm thinking, if they don't issue the stock this morning, the 11.5 million, the Reddit crowd will sniff blood in the water again. They'll go, the hedge funds who are short are playing hardball with the president of the company, that they don't want to pay 65 or 70 for the stock, for the 11.5 million. They're trying to get him to go down to 40 or something like that. Well, watch this, buddy. Watch this. We're coming in with 150 million buy interest on the stock as an army of buyers, and we're going to run this thing to $95 a share. Now start negotiating with the president of the company for your 11.5 million share block. You didn't want it at 60 something. Well, maybe you want it up here. I think the shareholders are in control of this stock, and they know it. And they're as a group, they're following many influencers, and they're figuring, we own this thing, and there's no way this is going down to $40 a share right now. Not a chance. I wonder if that's being done. I think that by not issuing the 11.5 million at whatever price he could get for it, by playing hardball with it, is actually benefiting the stock. It's unbelievable. It's completely the reverse of what normally is happening. Everybody knows they need the money. Everybody knows the company needs the money. Everybody knows they're in debt up to here. Everybody knows that. But the stockholders are saying, so what? We don't care. We got the stock. We own it all. And we got you short and curly boys by the short and curlies. You guys are short. We own you. We got you right here. You know what we're holding right here? Yeah, you know what they're holding. They're holding it, and they're squeezing it. They're going, you want this stock? And this may or may not get all of you out of it, but it'll help a bunch of you guys. There's a price to pay for this stuff, because the price you now have to pay a price to get this paper. You have to pay a price. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The president of the company is absolutely reading the street perfectly. He's absolutely getting it. And I think Mr. Cohen has the same street smarts on this. He's not a broker, but I think he's watching. I'm sure he is watching this incredibly closely. And along with his new directors, his best buddy who's going to be on the board of directors, they're watching this, I'm certain, with the absolute every moment to moment minutia of what's going on here. And GameStop could theoretically take advantage of this kind of a market scenario themselves. It's $275 on GameStop, by the way. The shares have just popped up about $6 or $7 from the last half hour ago, when they were at $267, $269. Now the pre-market of $275. GameStop today, if AMC pulls off what I think they might be able to pull off, GameStop today could be $300 to $325 a share, just in sympathy with the run. If AMC pulls off the deal that they're trying to pull off with this 11 million, and again, I don't know if they are, I'm speculating that they could, these shares could still go to $100 a share today. AMC shares could still go to $100 a share today, even issuing 11.5 million at the price they want. And if they pull off a $60, $70 deal, which is what I'm kind of wondering that what they're up to, they pull off a $70 deal for 11.5 million shares, their stock will go higher. That the AMC shares could go even higher into the 80, 85 range, because the buyers of this block who get it will go, oh, thank God we got it. But the guys who didn't get any of the block because they were too chintzy, now they have to go to the market and get the rest. And everybody knows that. Like these trading desks and other hedge funds, they know who's short and by how much. And they're going, oh yeah, so-and-so got cute, tried to buy 5 million of that 11.5 at 45 a share. The president told him, yeah, go here, go suck wood, buddy. You're not getting this stock. The brokerage firms on behalf of AMC are saying, you either pay a price to get this 11.5 million or you don't get any of it because we've got interest for 50 million shares. I've only got 11.5 million to offer. You guys need 50 million. What price do you want to pay me for it? And the street, again, retail investors are going, you're not going to get it under 60, 80 because that's where it is right now. And the thought was that this would drop to 45 a share here right away because they're issuing stock from the treasury. It's not happening. Absolutely fascinating, unbelievable. They're talking to analyst after analyst after analyst. And I'm glad to see them doing this. CNBC, they're at least talking to people in the industry. But I really wonder if the trading desks are having a field day right now and going back to the president of the company going, we have interest for 50 million shares. And the president of the company is going, great, what's the highest we can get for it? And they come back to him every 5 minutes and say, we think we can get you 60. 62, we think we can get you 62. They come back and 63 and 3.75. The president just sits back and just keep me posted. It's not good enough. The shareholders are they've got it at 60, 76. This thing on the pre-market at 60, 80 right now, this could pop to $75 like that on a million shares of interest. Wait till the opening. And maybe that's the game. He's using the weapon of the clock. He's using the clock as his weapon and saying, oh yeah, it's 6:09 right now. We open at 6:30, 8:30 Eastern. We're opening in 21 minutes. We'll just let the stock trade. We'll just let our shareholders tell you what the price of this deal should be. And that could be what is happening under the surface right now, where the desk traders across the industry are going, oh my God, the buying interest in AMC for the opening 5 minutes, there's like 300 million wanted from the street. And the opening of the stock could be $10 higher to start the morning off at 70, and we're going to 90 in 5 minutes. And you haven't done the 11.5 million share deal yet? This is why I'm thinking and wondering if in the next 20 minutes, this deal gets done and gets announced so that these buyers lock up this 11.5 million share block and go, okay, phew, that was close because it'll open at 75, 80. Could that happen? Yes, it could. Will it? I don't know. I don't know. Stock right now, it's $60 a share. There's a lot of wheeling and dealing and speculating going on. And like I said, there are those on one side going, this company doesn't deserve a nickel for this stuff. And there are others going, it doesn't matter. This company could literally hold this stock hostage for $100 a share. And what if that's the deal? What if the president of the company is saying, oh, I got 11.5 million shares, but it's available at $90. Anybody want it? It's at 90. Anybody? And he's been getting offers for bits and pieces through brokerage firms at 60, 63, 65, but he hasn't got the 11.5 yet put together. And he's going, that's all right. We have no obligation to offer it today if we don't want to, because our bondholders are locked in for several years. We have $1+ billion cash in the bank right now. We are selling movie tickets every day. We've got 11.5 million shares to help people bail out of their problem. You let us know. Get back to us when you really want to put a serious bid in for this 11.5 million. He could be playing this game. And I would say brilliant move. Absolutely brilliant move. There's no panic to sell this stuff. I just do not see the AMC army panicking today. They've been through hell on earth already to get to here. Every analyst out there calls them idiots, dumb money, speculators. They called every name in the book. Stocks undeniably at $59.70, $60 a share. That's where it is. Sorry, the market doesn't lie. That's where the stock is. 39 million shares traded, 39.7 million shares traded on AMC so far this morning. And it's going to have an effect here. GameStop, again, we'll take a look at GameStop. Right now, pre-market 270, 254. It's jumping around between 270 and 75. I tell you, if this deal isn't cut in the next 18 minutes, it's possible AMC might start in the 50s and go right into the 80s. GameStop would go right into the 290s, 300s. It's possible. If they do cut the deal, and they announce it at $64 a share, 65 a share, for example, that would raise $700+ million. That alone could take AMC stock to, again, 75, 85 a share. And that could, again, take GameStop to 300 this morning as well. It's entirely possible. I'm really, obviously, incredibly curious to see how this is going to come together with regards to this negotiation. So there's my 50 cent cheap seat view of what could be happening behind the scenes between the president of the company, the brokerage firms he's tasked with selling 11.5 million shares, the possible buyers of the stock, who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, why they need it. And right now, with the shareholder base, the massive 3.5 million shareholders who have bid up this stock and who could bid this up $20 a share like that at any time on the opening, they're in control. They're calling the shot, and it's a rarity. I mean, I've never seen anything like this, where the shareholders are really, with the president of the company, calling the shots on Wall Street. This is the price you will pay for my stock, or we're not offering it to you. I can't believe it. GameStop, as I said, back in January, for weeks, as I was screaming at this computer, if you were, many of you were here in January, February, I was begging GameStop, begging them, please issue stock, raise cash, and they didn't raise a single dime. When they were 200-something million in the hole, they had the authority to raise 100 million, but I was saying to them, do a quick filing and get out there. But for whatever reason, no one on the street would play ball with them, I guess, and so they didn't do a deal. Right now, I would be telling Cohen, right now, you should be talking to brokerage firms to cut a deal, even with the annual meeting coming up next week. My thinking is, if you can issue 10 million shares of GameStop at this $280, $300 level, because of the way this thing is going, you could bring in $3 billion now and postpone the shareholder meeting by a month. So be it. Take the $3 billion first and do that later. But, you know, it's just Bruce here. I'm just old school. GameStop doesn't really need to raise $3 billion this second. They have no debt. They're making money. They're I think they're positive cash flow and everything else. However, $3 billion. Going into 80 million outstanding and having $4 billion cash on hand, I like that story. I like that scenario. That's almost $40 a share in cash in the bank if they were to do a deal like that. But again, I am certain that they're getting every kind of scenario thrown at them, left, right, and center. And this AMC thing, if these shares go to 100 a share on the success or the craziness of this 11.5 million share thing and all the other stuff around it, AMC goes to 100 a share. GameStop could well be over 300 to 325, 350. And if there were phone calls coming in to the board of directors of GME saying, you guys want to issue a stock to raise a couple of $1 billion? We got interest in the street. I would not be holding that back. I would be grabbing this money. But that's, you know, old school Bruce the broker talking here, not the insider of the company. I'm just, you know, observing to see what's happening. Excited about GameStop's future, but I can't predict to you the second-to-second stuff that's coming up. We are waiting for next week. That would be 6 days from now. The annual meeting, the first quarter financial reports are coming out in the aftermarket, and we're waiting to hear who the CEO of GameStop is going to be, the new CEO. So we know we have news coming. And I was thinking that next week would be the week of GameStop, that it would be GameStop week next week with all the news coming out. But at the moment, it's at this second in time this week, it's all AMC. It's AMC all the time from every angle. Absolutely incredible. Thoughts on E3 2021 as a possible catalyst for GameStop, the largest video game trade show coincides the annual meeting and GameStop is participating. Yeah, that could help. But I don't know if that's going to do what I think is going to happen here right now. It'll have an impact. It might add to whatever positivity is out there. But I think what we're watching here today, tomorrow is absolutely critical. I cannot see AMC not doing this 11.5 million share deal between now. Not getting it done by the end of the day, business tomorrow. It will be done today or tomorrow. I'm certain of it. That's just my hunch, but we'll see. Moon Upfront News with Bruce. Thank you so much, Moon Man Moo. Thank you, buddy, for that donation and comment. Like I say, guys, I'm giving you my best guess what I see happening from the experience I've had over the years being in this business. It is an unbelievable scenario. Never seen anything like it. I'm trying to interpret as best I can. Brian something sent me a donation $2.99 that he just found out these shares were sold in April. Thank you, Brian. As I say, 60-46 now on AMC. It's an unbelievable scenario coming into the opening in 12 minutes. And I got to wonder if there's a Mexican standoff here happening where there's three guys with guns and they're pointed at each other. Which one pulls the trigger first, or do we come up with an agreement here? How are we going to pull this one off? I wonder. It's unbelievable. But I say kudos to management of AMC to yet again come up with pulling a rabbit out of the hat to stave off elimination. And kudos to the 3.5 million shareholders of AMC. And of course, there are millions of investors in GameStop. Same thing to you guys. You investors in GameStop are also really to be commended. You just are not giving up the stock. You're just not doing it. You're holding in there. You're buying on dips. You're selling out of the money calls to bring in more money and buy more stock. This is the name of the game. You're squeezing it and squeezing it and squeezing it so that the outsiders can't mess with you. It's an absolute brilliant move. And it is most interesting. AMC did issue a blunt warning to investors this morning in this press release when they talked about the issuing of 11.5 million shares. They were saying to the investors out there, what the stock is doing out in the open market has nothing to do with what the corporation is doing as a corporation. There's no connection between the two. And those of you who are buying this stock now or buying any of these 11.5 million shares potentially, you could lose some or all of your money. Well, this is a very smart move to make because it covers it's a CYA move, cover your, you know what, to say to the markets, we've stated this publicly. No lawyer can come and sue us for any lack of information or lack of warnings. They've come straight out to say it. It's in writing. And it's not going to make a difference in the price of the stock. The stock go higher. Even with that news, the stock could still go higher. So there you have it. We are now 10 minutes from the opening. 59.11, 59.30 on the stock seems to be where it's indicated right now. John Larson, I've written a GameStop call at 280 that expires this Friday. Should I buy it back or roll it up higher or just sit tight? And you've got every option. You can just do nothing and see if the stock stays under 280. You could buy the calls back upon, when we start trading in 10, 12 minutes or give it for 5, 10 or 15, 20 minutes. If the shares are sitting here 270 or they drop to 260, you could probably scoop these back for a nice low price, sit back, see if the shares pop up to 290, 300 later today, if that were to happen, or tomorrow, and then write calls at 320, 340, 350, if that's the way you want to go. I don't know what the stock will do for sure because I don't know what AMC for sure will do. But I don't see AMC going down to 40 today. I don't see that. So I don't see GameStop necessarily going to 240 today either. I just don't sense that. We've only had 336,000 shares at GameStop trade, by the way. It's not like just 4 million shares coming in for sale, people trying to get out of GameStop. There's very little volume. I mean, when you consider what's been going on here, but it is off $11 on the morning. But this $11 loss may not last very long once we start trading. If AMC starts to trickle up from here, it's at 60.34 down 221, and that's all it's down. It's only down $2 a share on the day from last night's close. That's telling me there's some serious strength of a serious interest in this stock. You got to wonder if there are 100 million shares of buying interest between 55 and 65 on the GameStop on the New York, when it opens up on the New York Stock Exchange. Again, the president of the company would be aware of this through his brokerage contacts. They would be saying to him, we know you're negotiating the deal for 11.5 million shares, but we got to tell you, man, there's 100 million wanted of your stock for the opening on New York in 7 minutes. There's 100 million wanted. I'm guessing. I don't know this for sure. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it could be. And they want a ton of stock. And there's only 20 million for sale. Like it's a 5-to-1 imbalance on the buy side on New York to open. You may not want to cut this 11.5 million share deal right now because the stock goes to 70. Why would you just negotiate a deal at 60 with anybody? This is what presidents of companies have to deal with and have to think about and have to contend with. But this guy is dealing with stuff that no president's ever dealt with before to an unbelievable extent of this. The volatility of this situation is incredible. John, I don't know what to say. You're in better shape now because the stock's at 270 because you wrote a 280. No question about it. The contract will probably still have a reasonable value to it, but you might be wise to cover it and just buy it back and sit tight and just watch this couple of hours coming up here. And you either rewrite a new contract that expires tomorrow or you don't write one for a couple of days and wait till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's meeting next week, and then you figure it out. What I'm hoping for, my friend, is that if you cover your contract and the stock goes to $350, you're going to write $400 contracts next week and make a ton of money on those. And way to go. That's what I'm hoping will happen. But I don't control it. I can only wish for you the best. And as I say, you're in a interesting position. I'm pleased that you're $10 okay. You're $10 under the exercise price, but you're obviously being very wary of where it's trading. $269.99 right now is the stock. So the contract is $10 out of the money. If it's a 270 or 280, excuse me, it's a 280 contract. Hopefully you can get it for under $10. Maybe you can get it for $5 or $6. I would probably just pick it up and sit tight and just see what happens next, if that's what you're being offered. Okay, we're getting ready, kids. We're down to about the 5-minute mark, and CNBC is selling their most expensive commercials of the day right now. The Dow is down 154, a slight bounce back, but not much on the futures. S&P down 23, NASDAQ down 119. Oil is up 12 cents a barrel to 68.95. To me, personally, oil's overpriced by a good $10-15 a barrel, but that's just this old man talking. We've got a lot of speculating going on that there's going to be phenomenal interest in the oil markets because Americans are going driving this summer. And so the thinking is, it's going to go great. I'll tell you right now, kids, there's more oil available for Americans to put in their gas tanks than they need. There's tons of it. But speculators are speculators, and refiners are going to try to squeeze you. So they're going to, keep the output a little lower. There's a closed shop in the refinery business because no state in the United States is in a position to open a new refinery because you try to get the permits to open a new refinery anywhere in America. Good luck. You're never going to get it. And with Biden in office, forget about it. Not going to happen. So the refineries that are in business now will be the ones that'll be in business. They're getting older and they're getting creakier and they're getting more unreliable. And so the U.S. domestic oil and gas supply is plentiful, but the refining capacity is always subject to shutdowns and issues. And without a new 3 or 4 new refineries to replace the old ones, even as clean as they can be, the newest, not clean enough for the environmentalists, it'll never happen. And so the United States would have an easier time to import refined gasoline from Mexico. If Mexico built refineries 5 miles inside their borders to supply the United States with refined gasoline, that might be the only way the United States will get new, clean, refined gasoline on a reliable basis because they sure as hell can't approve it domestically. There are too many lawyers on behalf of the environmentalists to shut that down. Just my personal opinion. If you think pipelines are fun, think about this other stuff. It's crazy. Folks, welcome to the morning. Just another day, nothing much going on. It's just another day here in Creston, British Columbia. Just trying to figure out what's going on. We just seeing here something about the Biden administration said Wednesday would slap 25% tariffs on imports worth over $2 billion from 6 countries over their taxes on U.S. tech companies, but they immediately suspended the duties for 180 days to allow time to make a deal. So in other words, the gun is loaded, the gun is cocked, but we're going to aim it over here for now and not aim it at you for 6 months if we can negotiate a deal. Now that's how you talk tough and make deals. The representatives of the tariffs on the UK, Austria, India, Italy, Spain, and Turkey followed a year-long investigation that concluded that their digital taxes discriminated against U.S. technology companies like Google, Amazon, and Facebook. So interesting how this is being done. We'll see what that comes up with as time goes on. Anyway, welcome all to the morning. AMC right now, $58 a share on 42.8 million shares in the pre-market. And we've got our friends here at GameStop right now, 268.53 on the opening last moments of the pre-market, and we'll see how that goes. We aren't even talking about our other favorites right now because we are just being dominated by the news. But SoFi at 22.81 in the pre-market, all pre-market, it was down substantially. This stock, SoFi, was down to 21.70 way back around 5 this morning. So that would be an hour and a half ago. It is now at the highest level since then, back to 22.80, down only 40 cents, and the volume is only 347,000. I'm surprised that SoFi is even in the red. But there is a short position on SoFi, but it is not getting headlines this morning because somebody else is stealing all the news, and that would be the AMC story. Getting ready to start trading here in 2 minutes, and we're going to see how things start off. Back to Gore's Holdings at 14.52, down a dime. Another one of our favorite SPACs. We're watching that one closely. VGAC, Virgin Group, led by Richard Branson, and the 23andMe merger. That is going to happen in 6 days. That meeting is, in 7 days. A week today is the shareholder vote, June 10th. The stock's at $10 even, exactly at the issue price. You are running out of days to buy this up and get long-term contracts for December or January to take advantage of this deal. It is slipping away from you if you haven't done it already. Fortress Value, FAII on New York, their shareholder meeting for their SPAC to convert into their new company is happening in 12 days. That stock is $9.98, and that is a bargain. And the same thing with long-term call contracts there. Keep an eye on those. Make sure you make your move. Starboard Value Acquisition, Rocket Lab, going to be Rocket Lab, $9.94. Unbelievable it's that cheap, even this late in the game. They're going to be converting in the not-too-distant future. And VAC, a Vector Acquisition, which is going to be Rocket Lab. Vector is a $10.07 a share. That's been inching up the last little while, just bit by bit. All right, 58.17 on AMC as we're coming into the opening. They're ringing the bell. We're back up and running, kids. Let's see where we're at now on this market. We are in business. GameStop right now, 266-ish right now. We got SoFi at 22.75. We have AMC at 58.25, down 4.30 on the opening trade of 50 million. First indication. We'll watch this the next 30, 60 seconds to see just how many more we'll go through here and what is going to be the deal on this offering. What kind of offering will happen for these 11.5 million shares? How is this deal going to go down for AMC? They're going to raise money. There's no question about that. It's a question of how much and at what price, and how will the street react to it. This first 5-10 minutes will tell us a lot. 22.81 on SoFi right now. Opening salvo of 587,000 shares. 22.72 now, down 49 cents. GameStop, 267.82, down $14 on 527,000 shares. That is the initial salvo there. It looks like it's popped up a bit already. AMC now 58.04, started at 57. It's now 58.04, down 4.51 a share on 53 million right now. Gore's Holdings at 14.28, down 34 cents. And other than that, not much in movement on any of the other stocks we're following. Vanek Vectors, SMH, the computer chip ETF, down 241 to 247 a unit. Home Depot down $2.39, IBM down $1.17, the Dow is down 170 at the moment. Microsoft down $2, Apple down 77 cents, Tesla down $5. These are not big moves. On Bed Bath & Beyond, though, big move, down $6.63 at $37.50. So it's gone from 44 to 37, now down $7 a share on 1.9 million to start the morning. The stock started at 36.60, now 37.07 on Bed Bath & Beyond. BlackBerry is up 383, bucking the odds, bucking everybody. 1888 on BlackBerry. That stock in the last 10, 12 days has gone from the $9, $10 mark, $8, $9, $10 mark to 1888. 72 million traded already this morning on BlackBerry. It is going the absolute opposite direction of everyone else. Quite amazing to watch this. Back to our stocks that we're following the closest. At the moment, AMC 52.73 right now, down 9.90 on the morning on 59 million. Are they cutting a deal at a lower end of this range, or are they holding out for more? I don't know if the shareholders sense something or the street is sensing it. It's 52.65 down 9.90 at the moment. Those of you who've written call contracts against your AMC, some of you have written 55s, some of you have written 50s. You might be being given the opportunity to buy back your calls if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, you wait it out and see just where it's going to take you. SoFi, 22.43 down 78 cents. GameStop at 266.98 down 15.26. AMC 54.93 just popped up a couple of bucks. 51.72 was the low, and now we're seeing it at 55.86. So it is up $4 in a minute and a half from this low trade. So that could have been a short attack to try to, again, sway the management to, we're going to short stock, attack your stock to get that 11.5 million share block as low as possible. Or who knows what. I mean, it's 58. It's jumping everywhere. It's 58.17. It's jumping everywhere right now. AMC 57.35. Watching closely just what is going to happen here with the trading activity. We're now at 57.26 on AMC, down 5.29 on a volume of 64 million shares. To me, if the retail investors come in here and try to pick up 10% more shares than they have already, this thing will go to 75, 80 bucks. It would take nothing. 3.5 million share investors. If they tried to pick up 30, 40, 50 million shares of this stock in the open market, they'd run it to 75, 85. Would be no-brainer. 59.87. It's only down 268. Now it's 60 bucks a share on AMC. 61.68 right now. 61.68 right now on AMC. It is only down $1.20, and it's traded 67 million. It's taking nothing. It is absolutely taking nothing to move this market. There are not tens of millions of shares for sale. There just aren't. And I'm getting the impression that whoever is short out there might be having trouble borrowing to short more, and it's putting the company in a power position. The president of this company, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers for him. I wish every success for AMC. If I were the president of this company, I'd be holding back my stock and going, it's not available at 50 bucks. It's not available at 55. No way. You want it? Come up here and get it. It's way up here. It's free trading stock. You can have it right now. You can have it in an hour. But you're not getting it down here. And I think shareholders are maybe sensing that right at this minute, going, hey, man, this thing's going higher, 62.29. This stock's about to turn positive on the day right now. It is at 62.29, down 26 cents. Watching for the next trade here. It is right at that break-even level on the day. For a company that's supposed to raise cash because they're desperately needing it, the stock's about to go into positive territory. The shareholders of AMC are in control. The retail shareholders run the roost. They own this thing, and they can move it at will. It's a matter of more buyers and sellers at any one moment in time. 61.56 right now. It really will do a lot of this, but do not be surprised in a few minutes. It's trading at 65 to 70 bucks. Just don't be surprised. Just don't be. Don't be if it does. GameStop, 271.88. It just popped up as well. It was as low as 263 just a few minutes ago. GameStop is now 271.88. That is up $8 in 3 minutes. We're at 6:36. We're 6 minutes into the opening. The markets for me open at 6:30 my time. 6 minutes into the opening, and we're watching closely what these shares are going to do. AMC is jumping around a lot. It's at $59 a share right now. Volume so far on AMC, 73 million. They were as low as 51.72. They were just 61 a moment ago. That was a $10 bounce from the lows, just like that. 58.17 on AMC. It was 272 on GameStop, down only $9.90 a share. That is a huge move. $11 up from its low 4 minutes ago. SoFi, $22.96, only down 25 cents. It was down over $1 all pre-market. It is now coming on strongly. SoFi is the online bank, the Amazon of online banking is what they are referring SoFi as, is what they're calling it. 947 million shares, 947,000 shares so far this morning. We're approaching 1 million shares on SoFi in 8 minutes. This was a SPAC until Tuesday of this week. It is now SoFi. This thing's going much higher than this. GameStop 270, AMC 57.65, 57.65 roughly. Gore's 1440, down 22 cents. As we are watching the markets, the Dow is not helping. It's down 219 points to start the morning. S&P is down 29.5. NASDAQ is down 138. And that's what we got at the moment. We're watching a lot of wheeling and dealing going on here. It is a huge battle royale going on. But retail investors are in charge of AMC, it would appear, because the shares are, even though they're off 554, they're just not giving up the ground. This stock was $12 a share a week and a half ago. It's $57 right now, and this is supposed to be the day it backs off because the company wants to issue 11.5 million shares for cash. It's not happening. It's not happening in a panic great way. It's just not happening. Volume 77.8 million, and the stock's not backing off like it's supposed to be backing off. Normally, stocks like this would be off $20 a share. Not happening. Tells me that this thing can go higher. If they cut the deal on the 11.5 million share block, if they cut this deal to issue this stock, that will probably bring on a relief rally. It's just a matter of when it happens. And I think the management of AMC knows it, as do their brokers. And I just have a feeling that these shares, they run to 65.70 and then they cut the deal, it's on its way to 100 without any resistance. I just don't see it. We'll see. 270 on GameStop and 22.84 on SoFi right now, down 37 cents. Gore's Holdings down 30 cents to 14.32 at the moment. Excuse me, just looking at the rest of the market here. Nothing much else to worry about. The Dow, like I said, down 219. S&P down 31. NASDAQ down 151. Again, thank you everybody for being here this morning, following us on this opening salvo. It's been a most interesting pre-market and market today. A lot of speculating going on as to what is going to happen, how it's going to go down, how is it coming together. And we're watching AMC, 50-odd million on the opening, now 80 million on AMC, 10 minutes into the day. 80 million traded. 56.88 on AMC. Under the circumstances, it's exceptional. It's doing incredibly well. 57.04 now. This stock could be positive territory in 60 seconds. It would take nothing for this stock to prop through $60. Absolutely nothing. Do not be surprised if it goes higher, because it looks like it survived the first 10 minutes without a sell wave of any significance. Whatever stocks for sale, the buyers were there to buy it. The retail investors are there going, give it to me. Give me all you want. We'll take it off your hands. You're not scaring us. This is doing exactly what GameStop was doing at $38.50, at $50, at $60, at $80, $100, all the way up. Even when GameStop was doing dips 2 weeks ago from 160 to 140 or 170 to 150, all the GameStop shareholders are going, I'll take it. Give me a dip. I'll buy it. I'll take it off your hands. You want to offload it? I'll take it off you. And I think AMC shareholders are saying the same thing this morning. Yeah, it's dipping this morning, but it's not crashing. And I kind of wonder if that's what's going on. Can't guarantee it, but that's why the way I read it and sense it. There could be an attack on the stock right now on AMC. It is at 53.01. It's getting hit here, but I think this is a short-lived short seller trying to hit it. Maybe, I don't know, 52.21. We'll see how this plays itself out. These dips and how the stock reacts on the other side will tell us the underlying strength of the buying power of AMC shareholders. $50.68 right now. This is the low of the day on AMC. 50.68 right now on the stock. 50.74. Those of you who have written calls on AMC that were $50 or $55 a share, you might be looking at your opportunity to buy your calls back and go flat. If that's what you had in mind, the market right now might be giving it to you. I don't know. 50.68 last trade on AMC on a volume now of 85.9 or 86 million approximately traded at this moment in time. GameStop 258 is definitely going along for the vortex drop. The stock is now down to 258 a share, 257.94, down $24 on 1.2 million shares. There is no heavy volume at GameStop. I think a lot of folks on the GameStop side are just watching AMC, letting it lead the way. And I just get the impression that that AMC shareholders will just amass en masse and take this for another run. I could be wrong. It could be halted right now. 50.68 is the last trade right now on AMC. It looks to be stuck here. We might be halted. CPOV, thank you for the donation. VGAC December 17 December 21, $15 calls bought for 45 cents. Now at 136. What is going on? My friends, the anticipation of the move of VGAC after their merger is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. The shares are being held right here at $9.98, $9.99. Get ready for a nice little pop after the deal is done. The deal is done on the 10th of June. A week today is the vote. And I believe the next Monday or so, maybe the Tuesday, it'll be called for trading as 23andMe. Hang on to your hat. It could be a lot of fun. We're watching lots of stuff going on here. Thank you, Andrew Magana, for becoming a member of the channel. Nice to have you here. It's fantastic. AMC is halted at 50.68. I think there was a short squeeze going on, or I should say a short ladder attack going on. Should be to be expected, I would think. We'll watch to see how it wants to open here. Whether it's going lower or not, I don't know. We're watching it closely. Everyone knows it's been halted. 86.7 million in 10 minutes. That's heavy volume, but it's what it is. Yeah, GameStop knows what can happen after a halt. 349 to 170 in 10 minutes with no investigations. The question is, will there be an attack on AMC, or will there be a bounce up on AMC? Because a lot of small investors might be putting in buy orders right now at $50 a share to try to scoop any of this stock. I don't know. This we're going to find out very shortly. GameStop 257.53 right now, last trade. And I'm not sure if it's halted or not in sympathy. I don't know. We're watching this closely. Very interesting. Yep, you heard it here first. Let's see. I wouldn't touch AMC at these prices. Good luck. That drop was so fast to 50. I canceled to see if they would drop it further by a better price. Keep an eye. Tell me how to buy back a covered call. AMC covered call 6.4 at 19, price of 8.15. I don't want to be exercised. Well, you know, you wrote a $19 call. You're still in the money. $31. You really want to buy back a call contract? Mind you, if you know the stock goes into the 20s, maybe you do, but I don't know if it would. 258.70 on GameStop, by the way, at this moment in time. But to buy back a call is you just put a buy order in with your broker to buy to close is the designation you have to do, because you sold to open, to write it. Doing a buy to close is what you would be doing. But you got to watch to see what the stock is going to do. It'll tell you whether you want to buy it back or not. If it opens at 40, it goes into the 30s, you might want to try to buy the call back. You're still going to lose money on this thing. You could wait until tomorrow, Friday, as the premium shrinks out, because Friday is expiry day here. On the other hand, if these shares start at 53 and go to 62 right now, you know, I don't know what it's going to do. I'm not here with the machines with all the background on this. I'm just watching this market. AB, 1750 calls for VGAC in January 22, still good. Yeah, if you can get them at 15, that would be even better. But 1750s up to you, all right. Let's see, lots of volume on SoFi. It's nice to see. We're watching it all. 257.07 on GameStop, still under a bit of pressure. 50.68 on AMC, waiting for it to open. SoFi, 22.55, down 66 cents on 1.23 million. Very good volume on SoFi. That volume will continue to grow, I believe, steadily grow as this company becomes more and more known as the Amazon of online banking with all the services you can imagine. Is my hunch. Thank you, everybody. Let's see what happens. Bruce hasn't seen nothing yet. Wait when the real squeeze begins. Our old boy might have a heart attack. Let's see what else is going on here. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the thumbs ups. Anyone giving us thumbs ups this morning? Appreciate it. Welcome to the show. All righty. We are waiting at 50.68 is where we're at. Sitting Bull buying 50,000 more. AMC if it drops to 50. Let's see, what do we have? 1,000 more for $50. How about that? 54 million shares of AMC traded at the opening. Bruce, is that correct? That is correct as far as I remember. Continuing on here, Sipo, thank you again for this donation. Kayla, word on social media and on Trey's Twitter is that 11.6 million AMC shares were sold in late April and were just filled. 49.92. We're open on AMC right now. 48.69, 50.05. GameStop at 258. 49.52 on AMC. Watching the trading here. We're just starting to trade again. 48.84 on AMC right now. On this reopening of the stock. That's what we have at the moment. Andrew, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. AB, thank you for this donation. You're still good with that. Orion Investing, thank you for becoming a new member as well. Trying to keep up with all this. To 47.45 on GameStop now. AMC, $45 on AMC. 43.41 on AMC. It's being hit. 254 on GameStop. It's off a bit again. This is the low of the day roughly for GameStop. Is the low 252 now. That's the low on 1.6 million. 43.41 on AMC. If you wrote $55 contracts, you wrote 50s, this might be your chance to buy them back at a cheap price. You have to just decide yourself what's going on. 43.41 down $19 a share on AMC. Volume now on AMC is 97.3 million shares. That's what you got. $249.99 on GameStop, $32 a share on 1.7 million. This is roughly $4 higher than the low of the day on GameStop. 43.41 on AMC. Is it a dip? Is this it? Another $7 drop from 50 to here? Is this another halt right now? We're at 43.41. We seem to be stopped. Are we halted again? Yes, we seem to be halted again. Again, this is where folks, the AMC crowd has to decide where do they want to make the stand. Is there going to be a stand, and where is it? The president of the company, they are, he's taking calls, he's taking expressions of interest. We're going to see how all this works out. Gold King, I bought one call for VGAC October 15, then I bought one for January 2021. Should I get rid of the October 15, or do I just sell the close? Just hang in there. I mean, you got an October call. Sit around on that 15. If you're up on it, though, if it's gone up in value for you, you want to take that money off and then move over to Jan 21. Yeah, absolutely. If you can do that, whatever works that way. The stock of VGAC now is at 10. As I say, it's held here until that meeting, I think. And then we'll see what happens with it. But I know a lot of you are making money on your VGAC calls because they're just they're pumping up. Their premiums are priming up. They're going higher and higher because there's a larger wave of investors coming in here. And again, some of you, if you're looking at buying calls in the $4 or $5 range, don't do it. Buy further out or buy the stock at $10 because the stock has no expiry date. If you can buy $5,000 worth of contracts, that's one thing. But if you can buy $5,000 worth of stock, that's another. You got to start weighing what to do. On the other hand, if you can get $15 VGACs for December, January at a good price, make your move and take a position and leverage up. Way to go. Get ready. All right. This is where the new buyers of AMC that bought in the 50s, 60s start to freak out and panic sell. The question is also, how many investors bought AMC on margin at 55, 60, 65, 70, and now we're getting called out at 43? Because this is what short sellers want you to have. What they want to have happen to you. They're going to try to crash the market, squeeze out others out who are long so they can pick up the cheap stock. But $43 a share is not cheap yet. These shorters could be short between 15 and 30 to the tune of hundreds of millions of shares, and they're still upside down at 43.41. The question I have is, where do the shareholders of AMC make their stand? Do they sit there at 40 to 41 a share and not let it go down? Will they buy 200 million shares for the next 15 minutes to keep it here and then pop it back to 60 again? I don't know. We'll find out. It is unbelievable what we are watching here. An incredible show. $250.90 on GameStop right now. And that is up $8 from the low trade just 3 minutes ago of $242. We're now back to $250.90, almost $251 on GameStop, as it is recovering. $252 on GameStop. This makes me wonder if it is possible that we have such a buy wave coming in on AMC that it might pop back to 50, could cause GameStop to go to 260. One might be feeding off the other. I don't know here. 1.9 million traded now on GameStop. 252.28 now. It's a $10 bounce from the low of just a few minutes ago, folks. This is quite stunning to watch. 252.71 on GameStop. 253.15 now. And AMC at 43.41. We're waiting for it to be called for trading again to see what it's going to open at and how active will it be. AMC volume 97 million. GameStop 252.23 on 2 million shares. That's what we have right now, waiting for the unlocking of the halt on AMC. That's what we're waiting for right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here, following me, trying to keep on top of this market. This is an education for you. This is the kind of stuff I want you to witness, and I want you to watch it. I want you to understand it. I want you to see just the gyrations that are going on, how much emotion is involved here. This is all human nature. Machines are involved in some of the trading, but there's a lot of human beings making judgment calls on GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond. Right now, Bed Bath & Beyond is down $9.38 to $34. It was as low as $33.58, so it's near the low. BlackBerry up $1.88 to $17.13. Hit a high today of $20.17. It's back to $17.13 and still up $1.90. Unbelievable how some of these are floating around in different directions. 45.69 on AMC, 45.70, 46.20. There seems to be a bounce back going on AMC, if I'm not mistaken. It might be bouncing up right now. 46.20 on AMC. We'll watch this closely. 251.83 on GameStop right now. Watching all of this happen here in live. 46.20 on AMC. We're still looking at the halt. Too much excitement for this guy. I'll tell you, fun times, everybody. Thank you for being here. Dave, thank you for that. Quaz, thank you, buddy. WTB by AMC, thank you for these donations and hanging around and watching this activity. Unreal. 252.97 GameStop. It looks like to be coming back up again. It looks to be just inching a little higher, but everything is subject to change. 254 on GameStop. Just jumped $2. 250 for the low of the day on GameStop. 242. This is $12 higher than 10 minutes ago. 253.90 right now. What a run we are watching here. 46.20 AMC waiting to reopen. Will it pop or drop? We're going to find out, I'm sure, in not too long a time frame. 253.49 on GameStop. And the volume now, GameStop is pushing 2.14 million. AMC is still sitting at 46.20 with 103 million traded, waiting to see if it's going to open at what price and what direction is it going. 254 on GameStop, coming higher. That stock is recovering as the seconds go by. Could it be that AMC is amassing a larger number of bids to pop higher? I don't know. 255.68 on GameStop again. up another dollar. These levels of resistance are just being taken out. 255, 250, 699. We're going to 257 and higher on GameStop. That is indicating to me that AMC might take a pop from here. I don't know, though. I'm only trying to extrapolate one to the other as we're watching what's going on. The Dow doesn't help us. It's down 198. S&P is down 32 points. NASDAQ down 173 right now. 257.85 on GameStop. Going through that like butter. Going after 258 here. We'll see if it pops up to the 260 range quickly. It's looking quite powerful. 258 now. GameStop, it would appear, at this moment in time. We looks like we're trading at 258 on GameStop. Alrighty. We're waiting to hear and watch to see what AMC will do. Last trade, 46.20 on GameStop, on AMC, 46.20. Over 100 million traded. 257.81 on GameStop. It seems to have come up to this level and is holding here. It has recovered $15 a share. Still down, however, $24.50 on GameStop right now. Still down, even with that recovery. That shows you just what's going on. SoFi, $22.76, down 45 cents. Gores Holdings, $14.08, down 54 cents. Welcome one, welcome all to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm Uncle Bruce, trying to tell you in plain English what I think is happening as this market is just gyrating like crazy right now. It's wild, it's wacky, and it's the markets. It's the new normal. I don't think we're going back to the old normal. I just don't think so. We now have probably 100 million people who trade stock on their telephones that didn't trade stock on their telephones 2 years ago. It's completely changed out. The democratization of this market has completely altered it, probably forever. Wheatwild, Bruce, sorry to correct. AMC sold 11.5 million shares back in April. They had just filed and reported. So sorry, but your theory is based on wrong info. Still love and appreciate your anti-gen. Is that really true? Because why are these shares doing what they're doing? But if that's the deal, I'm surprised that happened, because they just did this sale the other day at $57 on an instant offering. You gotta wonder just what is happening here. Hey, I'm trying to interpret the play-by-play as it's happening here, and I'm wondering just what is going on. 46.20, no change. It has not come back. What is it up to? 255 on GameStop, caught up to 258, and it's now back to 255, 254 now on GameStop. So it's coming off. Again, do we read into this that if it's gone from 258 GameStop to 254, that there's a sell wave coming on AMC? I don't know. Again, well, thank you for this. I appreciate it. We'll see what's up. SoFi is ripping, someone is saying. 22.84, down 37 cents. It is coming on. Happy about that. Let's see what's happening. I don't know. AMC might be back shortly, but more likely back at 10:04. That's another 5-6 minutes on this delay. We'll see. Here we go. We're back. 47.14 on AMC. It's popped up about $1 or so. To start, is this going to be a bit of a positive run or what? 47.70 right now on the stock, down 14.85 on AMC. About, what was it, 46.20 on the halt. All right, so we're about $1 a little better. 47.99 going for 48. GameStop 254.80. Excuse me, 254.80. 49.59 on AMC. Coming on, definitely coming up. And let's see. This is a totally different story. Yeah, this is totally different. Halted again within seconds. They're saying 49.76 was the last trade I have here. 49.80 right now. 49.90. It's approaching $50. 257 on GameStop. It's coming on again. So interesting how this is reacting. 49.90, 49.85, 49.95 on AMC. And 49.34. So there's definitely resistance at 50. You can tell. And it got slammed back to 49.02, 48.90 right now. 109.9 million traded at least. But now I'm showing a $50 print on AMC. It looks like it just popped right back up. Will it go through 50 like butter? or not? Can it bust through the resistance level of 50? 4804, 49.95. I don't know. This really is a battle royale. There is no question about it. 255 on GameStop. 255.88 right now on GameStop. AMC 48.21, 47 on AMC, getting hit again. This is most interesting. The absolute war that's happening. 47.34. We were just at $50 a share, and it got knocked down by $3. 46.99 right now. There are probably major buyers and sellers going at it. The retail investor on one side with some hedge funds, and probably hedge funds on the other side, just battling this thing out. 48.46, 48.07 again. It just is dollar moves like nothing. 48.98, 48.59. Looks like the 49 number might be gone. Yep, 49.19 just broke through. Will it break through 50? And is there no resistance over 50 again for a while? Is that what's happening? I don't know. 49.19 on AMC. This will affect GameStop. 257 on GameStop right now. 23.13 on SoFi. We're only down a dime now. We're coming on. 48.83, 49.29 on AMC. Trying to take a run at 50. Will it break through the 50 resistance level? And what is beyond that? Good question. I don't know. Folks, we're having fun here. This is really something. 48.93 right now, 49.65. I don't know. Have we hit 10% on the GameStop? Did we get a 10% drop? Oh, I think so. It closed to $62. So that was a long time ago. 50.15 just broke through it. 50.15 on AMC. It just busted it. AMC is definitely on the SSR list right now, short restriction list. 50.47 now on AMC. This is a move up of over $4 since the halt. It's definitely moving up. And GameStop now, 258.81. It is moving up as well. GameStop definitely going higher. 259.90 now, going for 260 on GameStop. 50.92 on AMC. Watching both here going. 50.95 on AMC. Getting ready to take a shot at 51. 259.02 on GameStop. 50.95 on AMC. We'll see if it breaks through. 50.96. Just pushing 51 around. We'll see if that busts it or not. 258.60 on and GameStop. What a morning we've got here. SoFi is almost broke even. 23.12, down only 9 cents. It was down over $1.20 something on the pre-market. It is almost breaking even here. AMC down 11.66 to 50.91. It was as low as $41 this morning. It has recovered almost $10, $11 from the low of the day in the last 30 minutes with a couple of trading halts. 51 now on AMC. It's touched 51. AMC looks like it's going to bust it. I don't know if it'll be held below 51 here. 258 on GameStop as it is recovering also from its low of 242. That's a $16 bump from this morning's low. 260 on GameStop. 51.85 on AMC. That 51 has gone like butter. 51.85. Looks like AMC is going for 52 now. 260.73 on GameStop. It looks like it's going to 261. These shares are definitely coming up again on a buy wave. How strong will the buy wave be? How long will it last? I don't know. AMC now at 51.96 on 123 million shares. There are shareholders, buyers coming into AMC without a doubt. They're coming in here. GameStop 259.33. AMC at 51.79. Watching this market closely. 50.86 now on AMC. We are jumping around like crazy. Absolutely insane volatility here. Amazing. Volume on GameStop, 2.55 million. On AMC now, the volume 125 million. And we are 36 minutes into the opening of these markets right at the moment. Gorse Holdings down 49 cents to 14.13. And SoFi is positive. It's plus 8 cents on the upside. Now up 9 cents to 23.30. SoFi has turned positive and is climbing again. 260 on GameStop, 5104, 5125 on AMC, as the twos shares are just having a huge battle. There's got to be billions on the line on each side of this market. It is quite something. What can I say? Around and around we go. JW, SoFi January call up 55% already. Going to be hard not to watch for months and not take profits. Well, just let her go to 30 and then decide from there what to do. We'll keep you posted, see what's going on here. Joseph, thank you for this. SoFi 26, 27, end of the week maybe. I don't know. I mean, 23.30 now. It's recovered. We'll watch it. We're here. This stock is capable of a whole lot more than that. We've got 259.74 on GameStop, and we've got AMC at 50.66, 50.95. Dan Hammer, thank you so much for this donation, $50. Bruce is working hard this morning. Thank you, Bruce. You are the gold medal positioner today for the best donation to this channel today. Thank you very much for your undying support. Absolutely phenomenal. I love you. Thanks, buddy. 50.83, 51.07 on AMC, and 259.36 on GameStop. And Jennifer is here. How are you?
It's going to be a stinker today. It's so warm already.
We're going to be hot here. Yeah.
Hot.
We're at 66 now. And in the next 2 hours, we're going to be 81. And the high today, 90. Woo!
I love the headline. Company warns investors about buying.
It's called CY8. That's the securities lawyers are saying, cover your you-know-what.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable what's going on. Yeah, absolutely right.
And everybody's waiting for the numbers to come out. The U.S. labor numbers are coming out.
They came out today. 900,000 gained, jobs gained. 51.46 on AMC again. Unbelievable. 258 on GameStop. We're really watching a whole lot of gyrations right now. It's unreal. The Dow is down to 143, which is much better than the 200-point drop we had a little while ago. So it's coming on. S&P down 26.9, NASDAQ down 156. So a little better there. It's unbelievable. The 10-year Treasury 161.5. No big whoop. That's what we got. Here we go. Dan has sent another donation, $50.01.
Oh,
and he says, this one's for Jen. Hands off, Bruce.
Oh, that one's mine. Well, thank you very much.
She's impressed. You're in the gold medal position on the Gen meter. The Genometer, you're in the gold position.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the thumbs up right there. It's official. It's official. Jen has given a thumbs up to that $50.01 donation. That's the number one donation. Hey, Chaldea, thank you for becoming a member. Chaldea Guros. I can't read these names, but thank you so much for joining in. Joseph, SSR and AMC might just mean sideways actions all day or higher. AMC is going higher, 53.44. It's going up again. This has recovered from 41.25 in a half an hour. In 30 minutes, from 41 to 53 to 54. Watch out. GameStop, 261, going to 262. Look out. These stocks are coming back on right now at 53.30 on AMC. Wow, what a morning.
AMC files to sell some more shares.
And
at
there's
these prices, absolutely,
well,
they should be doing that.
I got a comment here just a little while ago from one of my viewers saying, Bruce, they have already sold this stock back in April. The filing is just to confirm the sale. I'm just at a loss going, how can it not have been filed already? I don't understand how that can be sat on and not known. Something somewhere is not working. Ryan, thank you for becoming a member, by the way, for joining the channel. Love the name Ryan. I've got some there are some very, very great Ryans out there in our lives. Thank you. 55 on AMC. Just touched that. 261 on GameStop as we are going higher. Thank you, all of you, for your support, becoming members, sending a donation to Jennifer even. Oh, Jen is loving this. She's kind of going, I didn't even do anything. This is great.
To Jennifer even.
Even the Jennifer even. Cool.
In feminism, that's what we call a microaggression, just in case anybody missed it.
I'm in such trouble. I'm in such trouble with my viewers. I'm in such trouble with Jennifer. I can't do anything right.
You do lots of things right. You just sometimes have to hear what you say before it comes out of your mouth.
I'm just so afraid to speak. I'm so afraid to talk sometimes. I don't know how it is I do this.
Yeah, you're so afraid to talk.
I'm so... Yeah, you're so afraid to talk. You talker, you're so afraid to talk. Come on, who are we kidding here? Right. Wheat Wild, I might be wrong. Hi, Auntie Jen. Hey, Wheat Wild, thanks for that $2 donation. Like I say, Wheat Wild, I loved your message this morning. We'll see how this plays out. 54.96 on the AMC. Looks like 55 is in the crosshairs for AMC shareholders again. Yep, 55.11 going higher. 55.11. Unbelievable. And 260.50 on GameStop. Unreal. SoFi up now 6 cents, 23.27. It's turned right around in a red market. It's higher. 117 is the loss on the Dow. That is the best level of the day. It was down 200 earlier. What can I say? I haven't shown them the new thing yet. I haven't shown them the new thing. Oh, I haven't showed them that. I haven't showed them that. Yeah, I've been waiting for the right moment to show them the new thing.
Yes.
Let me just take a look at how many thumbs ups that we got. We have 957 thumbs up, so I don't need to show them the new thing. Although I should show them the new thing. I really,
just to show them.
What
kind of guns go in this?
Oh man, something came in the mail. Something came in the mail yesterday, and I'm gonna try to show you. Just if you guys don't give me thumbs ups, something bad's going to happen. Hang on a second. Let me get on the stream here because it's probably already showing. If you guys don't send me thumbs ups, this is coming your way. You see that? You guys see that down there? Take a look at that. Read that.
No.
I want 1,000 thumbs ups, you guys. You better give me 1,000 thumbs up. I'm going to play this. Something came in the mail yesterday to help me get thumbs ups. That I really appreciate. I got 1,000 thumbs ups right now. Those 42 we needed. They just showed up right there. I just had to show that. That's all I'm going to show you right now.
And how much did they get to see?
That's all. They just got to see this. That's all they saw. Just a little taste of what awaits you if you don't give me thumbs ups. He's threatening his own viewers. I mean, what kind of a guy does that? No other YouTube channel does this. Microaggressions. It's microaggressions. Ostrike, thank you for this donation. Careful, Bruce. Jen could smack you from off camera. Do you get demonetized for that? Thank you, Miss Jen, so much for not hitting me this morning. In the air. Oh, man. What a morning. $56 on AMC, up another $1. We've got AMC, like I say, up to 56. We've got GameStop at 259 right now. SoFi at 22.96, down a quarter, just dropped 30 cents like that. The Dow is up. It's still down 116, but that's the high of the day. S&P down 22, NASDAQ down 130. The markets just are gyrating all over the place. I can't explain some of these moment-to-moment trades. They just are what they are. That boy Louis has got it right. Just a bunch of neat emojis. Just pop them up because that's what we need. A bunch of neat emojis to save this market, to do what we can to keep it going. Unbelievable. Anyway, what can I say?
What you gonna have?
Oh, what am I gonna have this morning? We don't have ketchup. We keep forgetting to buy ketchup.
I know.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe it how we don't buy it. Today, we've written it down. Don't worry, folks. We've written it down.
I have a grocery list.
We have a grocery list. We're gonna take care of this. Oh my God.
It's got 3 items: ketchup, and ketchup.
There you go. Ketchup, number 1. Number 2 item, ketchup. Third one, ketchup. 54.62 on AMC and 258 on GameStop. The bagel. What's going to be on the bagel today? Cheese whiz. Cheese whiz. Butter and cheese whiz.
Did you see that? It was like an epiphany.
Boom! Woo! Cheese whiz.
Yes.
We're doing cheese whiz today. Okay. Nicely toasted with butter and cheese whiz. We're in business, baby. There you go. Do they still have ketchup in the stores? Apparently, but we haven't been in the store in a couple of days. So what can I tell you? It's just ridiculous. We haven't had time. I have no time. I'm so busy handling you guys, trying to keep on top of this channel, setting up the classes and my one-on-ones. And oh my gosh, I'm so behind. It's insanity. We're now making one-on-one sessions into July now. That's how far out I have to go. July 3rd and 4th, believe it or not, I'll be offering July 4th sessions for any of you who want to have one on July 4th. It's unreal. I know some of you won't be able to do it because you'll be gone, but oh my gosh, it's insanity. What can I tell you? Cheese is love, cheese is life. There you have it. Thank you. for being here with us today. We're at 53.93 on AMC right now. It's sure jumping around. It was as low as 41.25 about an hour ago. It has come right back to this level, still down 8.95 on the day. GameStop down $24 at 258.28. I don't know how much longer it'll stay down here. I really don't know if it'll stay that long. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Cheese Whiz on down the road. There you go. Janet, Lima, love you, Bruce, but Cheese Whiz on a bagel. Just no. Janet, if you're in the U.S., I agree with you because the U.S. Cheese Whiz is unedible. It's at best a nacho topping at best. In Canada, it's a different thing. It's called Cheese Whiz, but it's more of a tangy cheese foodie thing. It's still not the greatest, but it's a favorite up here. It's one of those Canadian things. If you've ever had Canadian Cheese Whiz, it's much different than the American version. Much different. Anyway, there you have it. 53.67 on AMC, down 8.88. GameStop 256.72, down $25. SoFi got over $23, is now $22.76, down 45 cents. This is a buy, a steal, a bargain. SoFi merged into the IPO SPAC, and this entity has a book value of approximately $28+ a share, as far as we know already. As SoFi is growing its business unbelievably. I mean, it's just multiplying out with how many customers they have. This stock will be much higher per share. The first buy recommendation from Oppenheimer came in yesterday morning with a target of 25. That was the first of, I expect, dozens of analytical reviews on SoFi. Now that it is publicly traded, this is day 3 of its public life. 22.80, down 41 cents. SoFi, pick up long-term contract. Grab January contracts if you can. 22.50s, 25s. I don't think you'll regret it. I think you'll do rather nicely. There's my little spiel on SoFi. What can I say? All right. Thank you, everybody. I like butter and Cheese Whiz on toast here in the U.S. I want to try the Canadian Whiz. Yeah, the Canadian Whiz is pretty good. We've got 54.49 on AMC now. The volume on AMC this morning is 153 million shares. GameStop at 258.92, going back to 259. Volume 2.9 million. So approaching 3 million shares on GameStop this morning already. Gore's Holdings at 14.13, down 49 cents. That is a bargain. Matterport is merging with Gore's. They're going to take Gore's over, and Matterport is firing on every cylinder they got. They are really exploding business-wise, cash flow-wise, earnings-wise. I think that's a real winner here. That should be done in the next month or so. It should be all over. This is one that you also want to get long-term contracts on. 15, 1750s, you definitely want to get in there. But that's just my opinion, because that's all this is. I'm just giving you my opinion on what I think is going on here. In plain English, AMC is coming on again at 55.56. It's building strength again. It looks like it's going to take a shot at 56 or more, and that will be the highest level since this morning's sell-off. 260 GameStop. We're popping up again on GameStop, inching higher and going through the resistance level of 260. We'll see how this works out as the morning goes further. Oh, man, are we going to have fun. And what else? Who's buying the dip? Guess who's buying the dip? What can I say? And I don't know, Benny, about these. I haven't looked at any of these other SPACs. I don't know any of the other details on them, but SoFi is the one that has caught my eye for billions and billions of reasons. $2.4 billion in cash in their hands as of 48 hours ago to expand their business. They're $22.84 right now, coming on again, down 37 cents. 56.28 on AMC, right through 56 like butter. This is beginning to push the high of the morning since this morning's sell-off again. This thing runs another $1 from here. It'll be at the best level since the opening. 258.90 on GameStop, as we are, the battle royale is going on right now. It is a war. The Dow at the highest level of the day, down 105 points. It is coming back on. S&P down 25, NASDAQ down 150. These are not big sell-offs, and the Dow is definitely coming up. It's taken half the loss off the table already on the Dow 30. That is a good sign. This continues. The rest of the markets will follow, and we'll have a positive vibe for this entire market. Keep an eye on that, guys. GameStop trying to go back to 260, 259 right now. AMC at 54.93, 55 now on AMC at the moment. Lots of speculation on everything. What is going to happen? What kind of a deal has AMC done? Have they been able to issue these 11.5 million shares? Were they issued already? There's just all kinds of speculation on AMC's plans. The stock is really jumping around here. People are speculating left, right, and center. Is this a good thing for the stock, a bad thing for the stock? Personally, I think it's a good move for the corporation to raise extra cash. If they have not yet already issued the stock, this would be a good thing to do. And if they could theoretically issue these shares up here at these levels or higher, that would be the way to go. But it won't solve their debt problem, but it won't hurt it. It'll help it. And every little bit is a better thing. Anyway, 53.73 on AMC right now. It's been fluctuating between here and 355, 56. GameStop now 259 on that stock, as it is also jumping around like crazy. All righty. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for those of you who've joined this channel. Thank you those of you who've made donations today. Unbelievable. The thumbs ups thing too, looking good. 1,200 thumbs ups already, only 136 on the downside. We get another 100 thumbs ups. We are at a 10-to-1 ratio up to down, and I thank you for this. And here comes some good stuff. I don't need any more of those nappies, though. Look at them all over here. I got a billion. But thank you so much, Miss Jen. We got the bagels right here with the cheese on top. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, Cheese Whiz. Canadian Cheese Whiz. It's different. Yeah, it's different. Canadian.
Cheese Whiz on toast for breakfast. Cheese Whiz for breakfast on toast. It's all marketing, people.
Her daughter's a copywriter.
It's all about words.
Her daughter's a very successful copywriter, too. 260 on GameStop. Woo! It's going higher. We love it. Love it. Thank you, Miss Jen. Love it, love it, love it. This is good stuff. What do you think will happen if Bruce had a plate of tendies? Oh, my gosh. Thank you, all you guys, for being here. 259.20 to 260 on GameStop. 53-ish on AMC right now as we get ready to chomp on a bagel. Yeah. What is going to happen today? Very good. Very good. Colin, bite number one, 259.54. Oh, man. Maybe Canadian Cheese Whiz has real cheese. Oh, man. Cheese Whiz engaged. We're engaged. 53.92 to 54 on AMC right now. That's where we're at this moment in time. The Dow down 108 points. So good. So good. It's got real Canada in it. Real Canada. May your bagels always be toasted. Thank you. Here we go. Picked up 8 more $15 calls on VGAC, January 22. Good move. Classes are coming. Classes are coming. They're coming. They're coming. I'll let you know. The silence of the bagels. 52.24 on AMC, 51.21 is where we're jumping about. Either 258 on GameStop right now, 22.75 on SoFi. The Dow down 132, taking a bit of a dip again. S&P down 26 and NASDAQ down 142. The question is on the Dow, are we going up 2 steps, down 1, up 2, down 1, or are we just going to go back down to where we came from? We have to watch this closely. Headline, mortgage rates remain below 3%. We'll see what happens with that. And 51.46 on AMC, and GameStop now at 258.33. All right. So I'm trying to follow everything here. Well, at least everything's on SSR tomorrow. There you go. SSR now and tomorrow. Because the 10% dips. Yep, everything's on short sale restricted list. Exactly.
Well, the new cat food was a big hit.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
No steak eye today.
Cheers to all of you from Uncle Bruce. From Creston. Welcome. What's your opinion on SoFi today? Buy the dip. 22.83. This is an opportunity, a limited time offer. This stock hit 24.95 yesterday morning. It's at 22.83. I don't know if it'll ever be here again. I really don't know, because it's been given a buy recommendation by Oppenheimer already, which is a lot sooner than I thought. But there'll be all kinds of reports coming out from analysts rather shortly, and I can't see an analyst being negative on this company. I just don't. I don't see it over leveraged. I don't see it in financial trouble. I see it as a real powerhouse machine that I think is going to hit $50 to $100 a share in not too long a time frame. But I'm just thinking, well, conservatively, $30 a share is easily available in days or a week or so. I just sense that. I just feel it. 22.81. Grab yourself the stock, pick off some contracts, get contracts for January, 2250s, 25s, 2750s. Get some leverage on this stuff. Absolutely. But go out, end of this year into 2022. Give yourself a lot of time on these contracts. You'll pay a premium, but you'll get a premium when you sell on the other side, and you'll be rewarded. This stock goes to 30, 35. You're going to be so happy, so happy. Hang in there. 51.45 on AMC, 257.34 on GameStop. Time for another bite of bagel. Yeah. Hey, Robert. Hey, nice. Thank you. €5 donation. Because you give great advice to a novice like me, I can soon afford to build my self-sufficient house in Portugal. Thank you so much. I'm happy to do it. This is awesome stuff, man. Congratulations. Way to go. And thank you for being here. This is beautiful. Wow. Yeah, Ryan. Uncle Bruce, why do traditional IPOs open so much higher than SPACs? Shouldn't they jump in price like IPOs? Well, Ryan, what happens obviously is that these IPOs, the initial public offerings, when the Wall Street brokerage firms get together to underwrite a private company, they'll build this thing up and hype up the deal for 6 months. They do road shows, they do interviews, they get the management out in front of the camera. They get them all kinds of shills to promote their stock even before they price the darn thing. They talk about how great this company is already and how great the business is that they're into and what their upside could be. And then they're talking about, we'll talk about $28 to $30 a share for the IPO. And then, get closer and closer to the so-called IPO date. And it magically goes to 35, 38, and then it gets done at $43 a share. They only offer 10% of the company for sale. They don't even offer a big chunk of the company. And there's so much of a demand created for the stock. They basically over-demand it. They overhype it. They get 5 buyers for every stock available, or 10, 20 to 1 interest on this hype job, so that the IPO gets done at 38 or 43 bucks a share, and only friends of the brokerage firms get in. I mean, only clients, no one else. And they only get 1/10 of what they want. And so they got them all hyped up. And then you got this so-called pre-opening ceremony going on the New York or NASDAQ exchange, which is just a hype job for hours. And you get the guys over at CNBC here showing on the market on their screen, what the IPO trade was and what the indication is for opening trade. And that's just a hype job, as that number keeps up changing and changing without a single share trading hands. And then when they call the stock for trading, they even out the buys and sells with 500 million shares that are wanted and only 50 million available. Is it any wonder that the IPO opens up at a premium? And that's where you, the retail investor, are allowed in. You suckers, you're the last ones in, and you're all allowed to buy it at 100 to 150 a share. And the company doesn't get any of that money. The company's actually being ripped off, because the stock could have been issued at 80 a share. They could have issued it at 90 a share, but no, they were held back into the 40 range. And the brokerage clients are the ones making all the dough, and the brokerage banks are getting their options, and they're making all the dough on this aftermarket game. And you, the public, are the sucker paying the stupid price. You would think that the reverse would happen here, that the same thing would happen with SoFi. The minute SoFi went public, it would go to 50 bucks a share. But there's no incentive for the Wall Street brokers to run it. They don't have any stock at 8 or 10 bucks a share or 5 bucks a share. They had to pay 10 bucks like the rest of us, or the open market trading at 14, 15, 17. That's where it was trading. And so this goes a little slower, but it goes up nonetheless, because SoFi will be written up by dozens of brokerage firms, because SoFi will be going to brokerage firms again and again and again to raise fresh cash to keep building their banking business. And the brokerage firms will be lining up to get them cash, because institutions want in on the SoFi deal. They want to fund this bank. They might want to fund it in the shape of bonds. They might want to fund it in the way of convertible bonds. But they want to do some kind of financing for SoFi, because SoFi is lending money out at the retail level. And that means premium prices for money. I mean, retail borrowers pay the highest interest rates, but these guys can borrow money at 1 or 2% and send it out at 6, 7, 8%. And pension funds and hedge funds and bond funds, they want those kinds of bonds. They want to buy bonds in this kind of company. And this is where stock investors, I'm expecting pension fund investors, ETFs, and others will be picking up these shares quietly, without you knowing about it, without trying to cause any fanfare. They're just going to try to scoop up stock as best they can without moving the market. Today, they're happy. They're happy. They're trying to get stock here that you don't want or that you're not getting. 2.4 million traded, though. The problem is these guys are going to need tens of millions of shares of this stock, and they're not getting it. They're getting hundreds of thousands, but not tens of millions. So this is a long-term buy program from institutional investors that's coming into the SoFi stock, and will continue to bid it up, and they will be buying into the 30s and the 40s, because they're looking at a 3 handle. So are the insiders of SoFi. So are the backers in Wall Street. They're all looking for a 3 handle, but they're not going to tip their hand and tell you that. And so hopefully they're trying to, make it look so that people will get impatient and give it up, and they'll go, thank you. We'll just take your stock off you. Thank you. But eventually that won't work. And that eventually could be today, tomorrow, next week, as SoFi gets more and more and more press from independent observers of what's going on here, this is a company on fire. They are making all kinds of money and they are growing exponentially. I keep coming back to the idea that this company is a takeover target. Sooner or later, they'll be bought up by a big, big fish. And it could be Amazon that buys them, or Apple, or Google, Walmart, anyone that wants to make a larger online presence in a different division of online, online banking. That's what this is, an online banker. And there are none available. This is it. This is the one. And they're the dominant player in the field. These guys will go at an incredible premium. Unbelievable. They could be trading at $280 a share and get a $400 stock offer. They could be trading at $160 a share and get a $200 stock offer, a $250, a $300, or a $400 as a bidding war begins between buyers. This stock is not long for this world at these prices. One way or the other, you're going to make a killing on this thing. You're going to make an absolute killing on SoFi. It's a question of how you want it. You're going to get it short term for a nice little gain? Great. Sit around a little while, see it go to 50 to 80 bucks? Great. Sit around a little longer and watch a takeover offer come in from left field that will be just beyond what you could imagine and score big time, because this is your chance to get 2250s or $25 call contracts by next January calls. Give yourself 8 months of life in a highly leveraged buy of call contracts out to next January or later, and sit tight. Don't be thinking about, oh, I'll get out at 26. It'll be great. You can make yourself a super score, a real score. You liked how GameStop went from 20 bucks to 500? Did you like that? Did you wish you had some $25 calls on GameStop back in December when they were $1.50, if that? There were people who bought it. They didn't know it would go to 500, obviously, but it happened. Here, you can get 2250s, $25 contracts, 2750s, $30 calls for early next year for cheap money. Get 10, get 20, get 30 call contracts, pick them up, put it away, and just don't worry about it. Let them do what they're going to do. Let them get discovered like they're getting discovered. Let them grow into a larger, medium-sized entity, and then let them get bought out by a monster, because that is possibly the end game. And if the street gets a sense that these guys are in play, those shares will double in price within hours or days, and you will have no time to get in. You will watch them go from 80 to 160, and you will miss it, because it will not trade between 80 and 160. It closes at 80, opens at 160, and you're out to lunch. And this is what can happen to this kind of a stock. And that's why I'm telling you, I'm begging you, get yourself positioned in the SoFi contracts for January or later into 2022 at these cheap prices while they're still here. 2284. Oh man, are you going to rue the day that you didn't do anything when it was sitting at 2284? It was 24.95 yesterday morning. Already, that was just a taste, a little sniff of what's coming. There's something big happening here. Is going to be unbelievable. Anyway, that's my little take on. I got to go back to my bagel. 48.78 on AMC. We backed off from the 55 level to 48. The low of the day, 41.95. We're back to 48.93 now on AMC. GameStop 255. They had reached up to that 260 something level, 270. They've backed off again, just to kind of upset us, just to make us all mad. That's what's going on. They were as high as 260 just a little while ago, and now they're at 255 again. A little dip here, but this dip could be very, very temporary. Thank you, everybody. Yo. Oh, man. I can't answer this question for you. The speculation is unbelievable. The premiums are ridiculous. So, I can show you, I can steer you to SoFi, and I can sleep at night. I cannot steer you here and sleep at night. I would be twitching like crazy if I had a bunch of my viewers following me on this thing. I'm just reporting it so you know what's going on and how it's affecting your GameStop shares. I'm just, telling you all about, what this stock is doing, and I'm trying to, tell you what the big picture is, but I am not recommending any of my viewers to get into the AMC to go long. No. If I know I have some viewers of mine that wrote call contracts, and they've had an opportunity now to get out of these if they want to roll over, and God bless you if you did. But I really, corporately, the stock has no value. But with the army of buyers on AMC, that's a different story. It's a whole different deal, and I've admitted that. I've commented on it again and again and again. We're back to 50, by the way. But this kind of a trade, I cannot promote this kind of a trade. I can't. I'd rather you put your money into SoFi. Buy SoFi contracts, and you, I think, will do really, really well. That's just me. But I'm consistent. What can I say? D Gray, my account is dangerously up. I'm afraid to move. Let's see here. Vash, I can't help you here. And for a penny, you shouldn't be screwing around. You shouldn't be screwing around. Just get it and forget it. Just get it done. Move on, man. Move on. Anyway, that's just me. Okay. Oh, man. I'm watching a grown man eat bagels every day, and it's fine. Cheers. Going up again. 50.89. I wouldn't be surprised if they're already doing it. That would not surprise me. ETFs buying SoFi. That was a great bagel. 258.53 on GameStop. 51.38 on AMC now. Hey Dustin, how you doing? Thanks, Uncle Uncle B. The knowledge drop you just gave is the reason I subscribe. SoFi is on a steady incline, and the brokerage will add over time and bring in fresh cash. I agree. $22.96 now, down 25 cents on SoFi. There will be days where it'll be up or down, like any other stock, but the long term on this thing is much higher, and the big picture on SoFi is way higher than this. I mean, you are a year from now, you will not recognize this stock price. I mean, you're going to look at this and go, oh my God, and he was talking about it every day, 20 times a day. He was telling us. Yeah, I'm telling you, get this stuff. Don't be dilly-dallying around here. You haven't got much time on SoFi. You don't. You have no idea. There's some of you out there who think you can trade this thing. You can't trade this thing. You get in there and get your position and thank me later. Anyway, doing what I can. I got 80 shares of SoFi, an option to try to get 100. Get that stock. Anyway, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you guys for all of you. What do you think about 35.40 for January 2022? You're talking about SoFi contracts? You're really pushing the envelope up there. I know what you're doing, though. You're trying to buy them really cheap. I know what you're up to. You're trying to buy super cheap contracts and get a bunch of them. I understand that. I won't stop you on that. I say go ahead. But you know and I know what the stock's got to do to really for you to score. On the other hand, you're buying up $35 call contracts for pennies. You're leveraging up thousands of shares. You have my blessing, absolutely. But for those of you who want to make money, you got like $5,000, $10,000. Grab some of these 25s or 2750 SoFis for January or later, and load up as many as you can up there. Good idea. Okay. I just bought a 2023 $25 call for SoFi. 2 years enough time, $775 each. Well, it's an expensive buy, but you got a real long time. Now, if in 2 years the shares go to a $25 cost, they go to $75 a share. Just pick a number. Anytime between now and then, not saying at the end of it, but between now and then, you're 50 in the money. And you're going to have a $55 call contract. So you're going to make, 7 times, 8 times your money. They go to 100 a share. You got a $75 call contract, probably trading at $80. You've made 10 times your money. So that's leveraging. It's making money. On the other hand, if you're picking up 2022 25s and you can get them at 4, then you could get double the number. Or if you could get 2022, say March or April's that are 2750s, they're a higher premium, but they're a lower cost, more leverage. But this is a great contract. Absolutely. This is solid. And you can sleep at night on this one because it's not expiring tomorrow, not next month, not the month after. You've got a lot of time to enjoy. And if they go to 300 a share, my friend, they're 275 each. Yeah, you got yourself a lovely little return here, a lovely return. So yes, of course. Anyway, there it is. Thank you, everybody. Can we expect something similar for 23andMe? I think you're going to make money on 23andMe. About 170 shares of SoFi at $22.85. Buying the dips, baby. $23.17 down 4 cents on SoFi right now. It's coming back on. AMC $49.65 now, and GameStop $256. Okay. Moving higher on SoFi right now, 23.14, guys. And that's what's going on. Wow, Sharon is saying, in all these months, this is the first time I finally understand the concept of call contracts. Wait for the classes. Are we going to have fun? Uncle Bruce, thanks. I'm into calls for SoFi and VGAC. Rock and roll, baby. Let's see. What else? We're done the bagel, moving forward here. Julia, thank you for this. January call for SoFi at 45 strike, 191. Is that a good buy? It seems expensive. What year is that? That is expensive if it's a 2022. That's expensive. I wouldn't want to be doing that one. Carlos, why does option price go down if the stock price is up? If the contract is expiring this Friday, it's running out of time, and that's why it'll lose its premium. Even if the stock goes up, it might not be going up enough for you to make a money. That could be happening. Wait till the classes. Oh, we're going to be busy. Did Uncle Bruce warble? Do I warble? I don't know. Raman, I want to buy more SoFi contracts, but I don't know for when or for how much. I'm in no rush. Please help. I have 2 for July 16, 20 at 25. Is that good? Good, but not great. If you can get 25s for January or beyond, or 2750s, I would look at those. Okay. Dave, not a good idea. This is not a good idea. I don't like seeing people sell a winner to get into the next one because they have the bigger, they think of the leverage thing. You got to ride your winner. You've got a winner, you got to ride it out. And it hasn't started yet. I mean, 23.20, it's down a penny right now. You haven't seen anything for a return yet. These shares here are moving now. This company has done its deal. It's trading. It is going to be written up all over the place. This could be a $35 to a $50 stock in a month or two. And you've got some serious gains sitting here. And you've got to ride them. And you may or may not miss the gravy train on VGAC. I understand that. You want to sell some of this to buy that because you like the leverage on everything. This is winning for you now. You have to let it keep going. You've got to ride a winner to a finish line. Otherwise, you're just not investing. You're just completely gambling out. And you are giving away a sure move, I think, on SoFi for VGAC that may or may not run fast enough for what you think it's going to do. I think VGAC is a winner, but I see the SoFi winning right now. This is happening now. This train is moving. I'm not jumping off a winning train. I would not recommend this move at this point in time. Molt, thank you, G Molt, for becoming a new member of this channel. This is beautiful. Love it. I had a decision this morning. He says, he or she said, 100 shares of VGAC or 4 December 17 $10 calls at $250. I went with the calls. The risk is, what is it worth? I agree. I think that's a smart move. You got 400 shares of leverage versus 100 shares of leverage. And you've got till December with the deal getting done and the merger being done. I agree with that. If you were into SoFi, though, I'd keep you there. I would tell you, if I were your broker, I'd be yelling at you to stay here. Don't move out of the winter. But yes, this is a good move, G. And welcome, Mr. Molt, to the channel. I'm glad you made it and you've joined us. It's great that you're here. Fantastic. All right. Guys, are you having fun yet? What a morning. What a day. 45.24 on AMC, down $17. This is the pullback we've been wondering about. Was it going to happen? If it was ever going to happen. In the pre-market this morning, it was $75 a share. There were people buying at 75. It's at 46 now. I'm not saying it's going to go lower. It could well go back to 60 this afternoon at any time. It could happen. 251 on GameStop. The stock has been as low as 242, and it was in the recent little while ago around the 260 mark, but it's now back to 253, down $28 on 3.5 million shares on the GameStop shares. 2306 on SoFi, down 15 cents. Absolute bargain here. It's an absolute dip. You got to get in there if you haven't already. Gore's at 14.38. It's dipped. It's down 24 cents. It was lower this morning. It's down to 13.96 for a little bit of time. It's now coming on like gangbusters, down 24 cents at 14.38. That is a buy as well. All right. Thank you for being here today and being with me. And Jennifer, we're down 41 in New York, the best level of the day, only down 39-point loss on the Dow. This is a recovery in progress. S&P is down only 16. It's coming back. NASDAQ down 121. Oil up 18 cents a barrel to 69.01. The market is definitely turning. The question is, what will it do for the stocks we follow? AMC now 47.31, down 15.24. Volume on AMC today is 200 million shares so far. That's in the first, what would that be? Hour and a half, 200 million shares. The question is, as this morning now goes through, has the selling been done on AMC? And I'm thinking about the selling like forced margin calls. Were they done this morning? Where people were blown out. Shorters took another position. Are we now to the point where the resistance level, the sell level on AMC is petering out? And will the greed factor kick back in? Will people now go, I'm buying again because we're going to another high? Could these shares reach 90 today? Yes, they can. They could double from here today. They could. Will they is the question. It's only Thursday. It's not even Friday yet. It's Thursday. These shares could still double today to 90. They could. It's a question of just what kind of resistance is now sitting here, because I think anyone who's been flushed out is flushed out. They're out of here. Most of these shareholders that own this stock are retail shareholders. They're smaller. They're worldwide. They're using a portion of their portfolio to own it. There are people who've got everything they've got into games, into AMC. I admit that. There are folks who have too much of their portfolio into AMC. I admit that. But I'm kind of wondering, there might well be a couple of million of those 3.5 million shareholders out there who are sitting back going, you know what, man? I've been watching this thing trade now all week, and I'm telling you, this is going to go higher because we own this stuff. And if we start nibbling here at 46 to 50 to 55, it could gap out. And if it gaps out, it'll gap out to 70, 75 real quick after that. And then it could gap to 90, because that's when the fear factor will come in on the short sides. Short sellers, they'll just plow in here to get these stocks back, get these shares back. I'm wondering if there are hedge funds right now shorting it now, thinking they can crash it to 30. And I'm wondering if they're making a mistake. I don't know. I don't have any stats to back me up. I'm just asking. I'm wondering. I'm speculating, kind of surmising here. This might be oversold today already. It might already be too much on the sell side, and we might be nearing in kind of soon, this next 20, 30 minutes. We might be turning the corner for the day. The low was 41.25 earlier this morning. If we don't hit a new low now in these next few minutes, we might be bouncing back big time. That will be interesting, because if it breaks through 55, 56 on a bounce back, that will have broken into a new high since the opening, and then it's on its way to a much higher level. This is really interesting right now. 44.61, $3.30 away from the low, now $44. It's about $3.75 away from the low of the day, $3 away, $4 away. Yeah, 3 away from the low of the day. This could pop again. I'm not kidding. It could. I don't know, but it could. 205 million traded. GameStop, 249, same thing. GameStop could get sucked into the vortex here and take a shot to 280 today, easily. This stock could hit a high today of 280 or more. If the AMC starts to come on with a real buy wave of speculation, because the selling has been done, a GameStop will go with it. It'll get sucked along, and the vibe will be positive. Same thing with Bed Bath & Beyond. The Bed Bath & Beyond shares are down 10.89 to 33.30. The low of 32.83. Right here is the low. Just in the last 15, 20 minutes. If the Bed Bath & Beyond and the AMC start to move up from here, because the selling has been had and the flushing out has been done, and we could test new highs again, watch out. There could be a real activity here. This is, I don't think it's over. I don't think this is it. I don't think that the AMC run is done yet. Something tells me there might be another one yet. It's a question of how much staying power does it have. It's now 46.39. It's up $5 from the low of the day. It didn't set a new low lately. If it's going to break up here now to the 50 range kind of quickly, that's already establishing a level of interest that could take it through that 55 level, and then it's on its way from there with nothing to stop it. I don't think so. There's nothing there. 47 now, 46.70, 46.90, about to hit 47 a share. I'm wondering. SoFi at 23.07, down 14 cents. GameStop 253, just jumped $4. So GameStop just popped up a little bit. AMC now 47.37, just running through 47 like butter. So now it is $5 higher, $6 higher from this low of the day. $6 now. It was just $3, just like 2 minutes ago. I kind of wonder if the AMC has had its sell-off. Just saying. Not recommend you get in there. I'm just observing. And the Dow is down 8.8 points. The Dow has just surged 40 points to come virtually break even on the day. S&P's down 10. NASDAQ's down 89. These markets are coming on, the big markets. The AMC is coming on at the moment, little by little. GameStop at 253.40, getting stronger. So there you go, guys. That's what's going on. What can I say? Christina, hi, Bruce. I know you're doing all the behind-the-scenes work to get the classes going. Just wondering if there will be a class about options for super beginners. Yes. There will be classes for absolute noobs. There will be classes for noobs plus a little bit of experience. There'll be classes for the those who kind of know a little bit but not sure of everything, and then there'll be classes for those of you who are entertaining a little more sophisticated strategies. I've got to cover all you guys, and this is why there is no one class that does it all. There just will not be one class that does it all, because as you have figured out watching me for a while, this is complicated. There is so much going on at the same time all over the place. There is just no one single answer to your needs. The classes that I'm going to run are going to be done through my website. They're going to be private classes for a small group of people at a time. And that way you'll have plenty of opportunity to ask me questions and ask me, explain that again. I didn't quite get it, that kind of thing. These classes will then be packaged inside my website through some editing, and they will be available for viewing down the road. And we will bring out, I'm hoping to do 2 classes a weekend if I can pull this off properly. We are leaning towards 1 class on a Saturday and 1 class on a Sunday. It's kind of what we're leaning to do. I want to get classes out and over the first 10 weeks or so, get 20 classes out there if that's possible, so that a lot of you out there who don't watch the classes live because you're just not available or whatever, you can then watch the rerun at your leisure, and you can look at the list of what we're covering on each class, and you go, oh, I want to watch this one. Oh, this one will pertain to me. I'll watch this one. So there'll be the live versions, and then that's where you're participating with me, and then there'll be the recorded versions where you're watching what happened in each class, and that'll help you decide a number of things. Those of you who are watching live may want to watch only lives because you really want to interact with me on a small basis. Others of you will go, you know what, I love these reruns and they work for me. I can watch this rerun again and again and again. I get this. Okay, this works for me. We will be working all of this, and this is being logistically put together here behind the scenes right now as we're getting ready. So stand by. I'll let you know when we're ready. It won't be long, and then we will press ahead and see if we can make this work for you. And I hope you like them. I hope you find them informative. I hope you find them engaging, and it'll help you make money. And that's what it's about. You'll look at the cost of the class. Go that to learn this. Yeah, no problem. So stand by. All righty, we'll keep you posted. Thank you, everybody. Let's keep going here because I am way behind messages. Oh my gosh, am I behind your messages? Jeez, I can't keep up. You guys are just so ahead of me. It's my fault. I talk too much. And Uncle Bruce is rolling up the class in the T-Bird with Yoko in the passenger seat. D. Gray, no matter. I was thinking of buying in on my own judgment, and Uncle Bruce's thoughts just confirmed and tilted my decision to a buy. Stockmores with Bruce, you should tell people there's a correlation between time and a premium decay. Wait for the classes. They're coming. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Here we go. That $45 strike 2022 January just went from 198 to 207. Yep, I'm not surprised. The stock's at 2304. It's going up. The stock moves, the contract moves. That's the other thing. 251.63 on the GameStop, 33.88 on AMC. We're fluctuating again a little lower. The question is, will we hit a new low or will we not hit a new low of the day? The low was 41.25. We're at 43.50. We have to see just what this does. Anyway. And here we go. If I buy a call contract way out of the money with a low premium, will the contract itself still make a profit even the strike price remains out of the money? Sure. If you're buying a call contract on SoFi and it's a $45 contract, but it's good till next year, and the stock goes from 23 to 33, you're now only $12 out of the money instead of $22 out of the money, your contract will go up in price. Oh, absolutely. You'll make money just on that. Of course. That will happen. All righty. Thank you guys. Let's see. I tell you, every time I see Bruce with Jennifer Aniston, I wish I could trade places. It's kind of fun, She's kind of cute and all, She's kind of fun. Let's see. Let's go here. Can't answer questions on AMC specifics. Okay, Rob. Hi, Bruce. I wrote GameStop covered call 290 for tomorrow, expiring tomorrow. And I got $5 a share yesterday. Would you sit and wait to expire or buy it back and write another for a higher premium if it spikes again? You're down to 250 on the stock. At the moment, I wouldn't do anything. Yeah, I would sit back right now. You have until tomorrow, and you want to wait. It was a $5 contract. It'll likely expire worthless if the stock. Will expire worthless if your stock stays under 290 and it's all yours. But if you can buy them back at $1, if you can get them that cheap, then you might think of writing another call contract today for next Friday, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking, but right now you're in line to make $5 a share for sure, from where I sit anyway at this point. But you know what? The day ain't over. The day ain't over. It's 43.87 on AMC right now. All right. And I see James. I can see what that guy's trying to do. Take his SoFi profits now and reset with VGAC at 10, potentially increasing your profits exponentially with each SPAC. On paper, it looks good, but I don't know exactly. I get it too. You want to take the movement of SoFi that you've had so far, because I told people to get into this thing at 14, 15. It's now 23. I'm going to take a profit out of here. I'm going to move into VGAC at $10 a share through options. I got a higher leverage factor. If VGAC goes to $20 a month after the deal is done, let's say, look at how much money I'm making. That's true too. Nicholas, thank you for that. We will see you. So there's ways to play this. I get it, but if the SoFi isn't done yet, it could go to 30, 35 in like the next 2 weeks as well. Whereas the VGAC may only go from 10 to 20, and this goes to 30, 35. Now you've got a larger pot of cash to play with, and you can still get into VGAC. Even if it's at $17, you'll get the VGAC $20 calls, and you'll run it from there. But you'll have more dollars to work with from the SoFi payoff if you let it go higher. And this is kind of what I don't want to see people gambling with zeros, with small dollar amounts. I'd rather you have larger dollar amounts to then move. And the other thing you can do in theory is if SoFi moves higher now, you might not need to sell all your SoFi to pull off the strategy you have in mind. Maybe you'll only sell a third of whatever you have in SoFi to take a position on VGAC. That might be the play, and that way you're winning on both now still. I mean, there's a few things to play here. Let the SoFi make you money. That's it. Got it, Uncle Bruce. Got it. Thank you. Okay, let's move on, guys. Let's see. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Trying to catch up here with all of this, all of these comments, so many, and I appreciate them here. I know a lot of you are talking to each other, which I also appreciate. Of course, I respect that. Chris, thank you for becoming a member. This is great. I've just noticed you joined in here. Good stuff, man. Welcome to the gang. And the day ain't over. That's right, Ashley. The day ain't over. 45.50 now. 45.77 on AMC. It's coming on again. When will it break out? One way or the other. Does it break down under 41.25 or does it break up over 57 and go to 90? It could happen. I'm not throwing this around lightly. This could be crazy. I'm really proud of my 10s for January for VGAC, SVAC, and FAII. Those won't be cheap for long. I think you're right. 250 on the GameStop right now. 45.61 on AMC. Okay, moving on. Thank you, everybody. Will VGAC be above $10 on July 16th? So it is safe to sell a July 16 $10 put for $1.25, get paid $1.25 to sit and wait for $10 shares. If I put the stock, I really can't go below 10. It's a gamble you might want to try. But as long as you can buy the stock, if you've got the money to buy it, you might try it. Nicholas became a YouTube member. Thank you, Nicholas, for joining in here and joining us. It's nice to have you in here as well. Fantastic. Let's go. SoFi calls are up 65% or more. Very good. To roll or not to roll, to June 18 SoFis for $20 strike price to $235 for January 22. Boy, oh boy, June 18. Oh my gosh. That's next Friday. Am I right? This is no. Am I right? 18. Today's the 3rd. There's the 4th, the 11th. That's 2 weeks. Okay. boy, I don't like to see you going that far out. I just don't like it. I say no, not yet. I say wait until tomorrow or Monday. Because if these shares reach 25, 27, 28, you're going to have a nice gain here, and the gain will be dollar for dollar practically. I mean, it'll be like the stock goes up $1, your contracts go up 85, 90 cents each. It's a real high ratio. If you got a $5 move on SoFi by early next week to 28, these contracts are really juicy, and at that point, you might be better off to come into 25s for 2022s. The higher these 20s go, they'll grow faster in value to allow you to come into a lower strike price for January 2022. That's what you want to. If you're going to do a rollover, you may as well make it work for you. The other option is the other game plan you could play is these rise up a little bit in value as the stock puts 24, 25, 26, 27, and you pick off October 25s. That might be the play, that or October 2750s, and then run them for a while and then roll into January's. That might be the way to be. But right now, take the gain you're getting, like run this gain further, take this ride further higher, because right now you are getting almost a 90 cent to a dollar or 80 cent to a dollar payoff for every dollar up move. And it's time to take that, to enjoy that. So don't make a move yet. That's where I'm kind of thinking right now. Okay. Let me try that again, says Emmeline. I just went in on my first $25 call option contracts, 15 VGAC $15 calls, 5 SoFi $30 calls, both Jan 2021. Feeling nervous? Is that a good move? All right, so you got $15 calls on VGAC and $30 calls on SoFi for January 21. You're fine. You're fine. You're gonna make money on both of them, in my opinion. You will. And the VGAC, goes to 20. You're 5 in the money. Just going to 30 on SoFi, you'll make a nice buck on your contracts too, a real nice dollar. So if they go to 35, obviously, the money keeps rolling. So yes, you're fine. You're fine. Nice long time, January 21. I like it. There you go. 42.51 on AMC. This is the question. Will we hit a new low on AMC now or not? Is this going to happen? 41.25 is a low of the day. 42.15 is where I see it right now. 42.06, 70, 80 cents away. 42.01 on AMC. Will it hit a lower low than we hit this morning? 42.05, low of the day, 41.25. 42.19 right now. 41.85, 60 cents away. Coming in. Stock is coming in. Volume on AMC. 228 million shares. 41.71 is the last trade. We're about 50 cents away. 41.64, 40 cents away from the low of the day. 41.63. Will it break the 41.25 level? 41.51, 26 cents away, but 41.88 just now. Will it hit a new low going through this or not? And if it does, what will it do from here? 41.51 again. 41.51 on AMC. The low of the day was 25. 41.36, 9 cents, 11 cents from the low. 41.07, new low, brand new low. It's going lower. This is the question. How much lower will it go if it goes through 41 itself? That's a support level. It's at 41.01. If it breaks that, it just did, 40.79. How much lower now will it go? This is the question. This stock has just broken a technical barrier here of the low of the day, and it's now 40.07 and falling. 39.67. It's backing off. AMC on volume of 232 million shares. Not enough now. There's not enough buying support to hold the stock, and the shorters are grinning from ear to ear. They might be slamming it to test it, and they're trying to push the buyers around. Retail investors may have been tapped out. They may have decided we've got enough. We're not buying anymore. 38.87 is where it is right now, and there is no army of buyers coming in to support it from what I can tell you, because it just dropped from 41.25, the low of the day, to 38.20. It just dropped $3 past the low of the day. like butter. This is bad news for AMC shareholders. Now, the reality is it's a $38 stock compared to being a $15 stock, a $12 stock a week and a bit ago. But nonetheless, it was $75 a share in the pre-market this morning and is now at $38.71. That is where we got it right here, $38.96. Definitely took a hit here. The low on this run went down to 35-ish. Hang on, we're watching for that. 37.75 I'm showing. Yeah, 37.75, almost a $4 drop from the low of the day. 39.66 right now, a little bounce back. This could be a dead cat bounce. I don't know if there's any support here. I just don't see an army of buying coming in to support the stock. I kind of wonder if shareholders who are long, the retailers, the retail shareholders are backing off and just waiting to see how low it'll go and decide for themselves whether they want to take another run at it. But the run might be weak. It might not have enough power to really go anywhere. We'll obviously watch that. GameStop, $249.90, around $250 a share. It was the low of the day on GameStop was $242 when the AMC hit $41.25. Now it's at $249.90, even though the stock is $37.97. So AMC is lower than it was earlier in the day, and GameStop is not as low as it was earlier in the day. That's interesting to watch. $250 on the GameStop, $38.19 on the AMC. It did get into the 37 range. Low of the day, 37.75. It's right nearby here, not too far away from the low of the day on the AMC shares. Those of you who bought puts when it was in the $50 range, those of you who bought puts when it was in the 60s, you should be up now. You should be pretty smiling from ear to ear if you're making money on the puts here. And those of you who wrote contracts, if you didn't buy them back, you can buy them back now for probably a fraction of what you wrote them for, depending on which contract issue you wrote. I know we have a viewer here who wrote call options when he wrote $19 call options against his stock, took an $8 for a $27 buyout. The stock is now down to $37 to $39. Your call contracts are dropping. The one that you're short, or however many you wrote, they're coming to you. It's back to 40 right now on the stock, a little bounce back, but I don't know how much support this will have. Will it last long? I don't know. 248 now on GameStop, giving up a bit of ground as well. $23 on SoFi. The Dow is up 19 points. Come back from a 200 plus point drop this morning to be up 19. S&P is down only 9.6. The NASDAQ is down 107. The big markets have come back a ways. 39.70 now on the AMC. High of the day today, 62.29. Pre-market, $75. This has really come off. 247 even on GameStop. $5 ahead of the low of the day at the moment for GameStop. The question is, will it reach a new low as well? I don't know. The 4.2 million traded on GameStop today. On AMC now 39.87 volume, 245 million. It's not enough. This should be over 300 million if there was a buy wave here. It should have been 40 million wanted to take any offers. But it's right back to 40.06 at the moment. The low was 41.25 and it crapped down to 37.75 in minutes. So it's under pressure right now. Gores Holdings, 14.38, down only 24 cents. It had a bit of a recovery there a little while ago. $23 even on SoFi, down 21 cents. These are buy opportunities, but for a limited time only. VGAC holding at 10 unchanged. FAII holding at 10 unchanged. Again, both of those are buy opportunities because their shareholder meetings are June 10th and 15th. June 10th for VGAC, June 15th for FAII. 38.01 on AMC. The low was 37.75. It's within 35 cents of the low of the day at this point. It is still down here. 37.81, 6 cents away from a new low on AMC. Under pressure right now. Under pressure. 37.67, new low. 37.67, just had it. And we might see even more pressure coming in on the stock. 38.55, a little bounce. But 37, it went under 37.75. Okay. GameStop 246.38. The Dow up 19. S&P down 9. Nasdaq down 110, and $23 on SoFi. Gores Holdings 14.37 right at this moment in time. Thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying the show this morning. Hope you're finding it educational. Hope you're finding it informative. I'm doing the best I can to give you the best picture I can give you as to what is actually going on in the markets in plain English. Thank you, all of you, for your support today, for being here, being sponsors, being members of this channel, sending super chats, and sending me questions. Appreciate that. I love to give you the best information I can as to how I'm interpreting what's going on here. Thank you for those of you who are subscribing to this channel, becoming subscribers and followers. Thank you for that. If you become a subscriber, make sure to hit the bell notification icon. You will get an alert every time I go live, every time I do a video. I went live yesterday afternoon an hour and a half early, and many of you had no idea that I did it because you didn't hit the bell notification icon and you did not get an alert. And like I say, you never know when I go live. You never know I'm going to make another video. There's so much going on right now. I am all over this market to try to stay up on it and fill you in on what's happening. And sometimes I have to cut in and just go right back live, even though I didn't think I had to. Just the way it is going here, we are so busy and there's so many things happening literally at the same time. It's just insanity. Again, thank you those of you who are contacting me for private one-on-one sessions. We're trying to put those together as best we can. We're now doing sessions for July. The first and second week of July looks like they're starting to fall into place. Saturdays and Sundays only is when I'm available, and we are pushing them out. Occasionally, I get a last-minute cancellation, and for some of you, I can put you on that kind of cancellation list. If you've prepaid for a session, I can add you to that kind of a list, and I can always give you a last-minute call to see if I can fit you in. 1,300 thumbs ups have come into this channel so far. I thank you so much for the support. 161 down dips today, so we're not able to hold a 10-for-1 ratio. If we can get 300 more thumbs ups here, we could be 10-to-1 up versus down volume on those thumbs ups. Thank you, all of you who are giving me thumbs ups. You're inspiring me and Jennifer to keep it on going. 1,900 of you are watching here right now. 1,300 have given us thumbs up. I appreciate it. 1,400 now. Thank you. We've just broken 1,400 on the thumbs up scale, and we're quickly approaching the 10-to-1 ratio, positive to negative. Thank you, guys. Hit that thumbs up button as hard as you can for us. I appreciate it. They're free to hand out from your end. You just need to take the time to do it. $42 on AMC, 42.43. That's about $1.40 better than the low that was just breached a little while ago. But it is $5 higher than the low of the day so far. The question is this a dead cat bounce? Will we go lower again? 37.75 is a low. We're at 42.55 right now. And the speculation is running rampant all over the stock. It is unbelievable. Hard to fathom it. GameStop back to $250 a share from the roughly the $245 low that we just touched a little while ago. Roughly, we're back to the 250 range, but we are jumping around a lot right now. Thank you, everybody, for all of your support and comments. Appreciate it. What else is going on? 41.83 for AMC, and 248 now in GameStop. 23.01 on SoFi, down 20 cents, only down 20. Gores Holdings down 32 cents to 14.30. The Dow is up 50. It's turned the corner. It's come all the way back from the 200-plus point loss and is gaining. This is the high of the day. S&P is down only 7. That looks to be its best level. And now NASDAQ down 108 is quickly, quietly, and stealthily getting better here as the day wears on. 42.97 on AMC, 249 on GameStop right now. Thank you, all of you who are, as I say, joining us, subscribing to us, becoming members. We are so grateful to you. We are so humbled that you enjoy us. Jennifer and I, thank you very much for all of your following and support of this channel and what we do. We do appreciate it. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. All right, new members: G. Molt, Orion Investing, Chris Alexander, Summer Pat, Nicholas Morgan, Mowgli, Shaldria Gurus, Irton Garcia. It looks like Andrew Magna re-upped, and Ryan joined us today. Thank you guys for becoming part of this gang of regulars. And all of you yesterday also, including first name, last name, Annabelle Rodriguez, Jenny Foe, Albion, DB, Osvaldo Gerardo, Stefan Waller, Stephen Thatch, Matt Holmes, Richard Hurd, Julie B., Abraham Jimenez, Gadiel Gonzalez, James 92, Radir Ryan, Mocha, Against Me, Clayton Freeman, Andrew Duckworth, A Good Dog's Dad, all you guys, Palm Beach Building, Sarah Powers, all of you that joined us yesterday and today. Man, you guys are awesome stuff. I love this. Thank you all. We are just so proud to have you here. We're at 1,400 thumbs ups. We're approaching 1,500 thumbs ups. I can feel it. We're just around the corner. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the thumbs up button for us right now. We're about to break 1,500 thumbs ups on the day. We have 165 on the downside, so we have over 1,560 total thumbs ups, if not over 1,600 by now, total thumbs action. And that is coming in beautifully. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. You helped keep Yoko away today as soon as we hit 1,000 subs. Well done, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. $249 on GameStop, $42.93 on AMC. Thank you, guys, all of you, so much for being here. We're down to the last 4 or 5 minutes of this morning show, and then we'll be back this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the last hour of the day, unless something big happens. Make sure to hit that bell notification icon, subscribe to this channel, and you'll get an alert if I come on early, just in case. If anything else breaks, I will send a private message to all of you as members so you have an update onto what's going on. Thank you, all of you, for being here all morning with me today for the last hour of pre-market and the first 2 hours of the market so far. Hopefully, we'll be on for 2 hours this afternoon to cover the last hour of trading and the first hour of the AMC. First hour of the aftermarket, AMC aftermarket, everything else. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 42.82 on AMC now. That is where it is. Waffle, you know it. See it, 3 homies. You got it, buddy. You know what you're saying. You know what you're doing. Unreal market today. GameStop 250 now. Still down $31 a share, but you know what? It doesn't look that bad to me. It just doesn't. It was at 242 for the low. It's at 250, and GameStop could be 260 like this. No big deal. We've had such a good run the last 2 weeks on GameStop. Next week is the week of GameStop. We have news, all kinds of news. The annual meeting, the financials for the first quarter. So much info. I'm excited. We'll see how it all plays out. Thank you, Casey, so much. Thank you, Jane Doe. Thanks, JW. 1,500 thumbs ups is a go. Are we there? Did we hit 1,500? We did. 1,500 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys, so much for this. With 166 on the downside, we're approaching the 10-to-1 ratio. Well, you need just 166 more, and we have got a 10-to-1 ratio up to down. Thank you, everybody. We're at 1,600 plus thumbs in total. This channel is getting noticed by YouTube, and it's showing because our views are up the last couple of days, and our member counts are growing. It's fantastic. You guys are beautiful. Thank you all for stepping up and stepping in and supporting this channel and bringing it to the awareness of others out there who don't even know we're here. There are millions of investors out there who have no idea there's a guy talking about the markets in plain English that can help them out to figure out what's going on. Help me, help them. Hit the thumbs up button, and they might be made aware of it by YouTube. And if any of you know of anyone that would enjoy this channel, please send a link to them. Tell them to watch Uncle B. We're having fun here. Oh my God, are we ever? Look what's coming in here. We got Freddie throwing a couple bucks in there. When is the GVH expected ticker changeover? Later this month, I hope. Crossing my fingers any day. I hope to hear about that meeting. Rabbit, I shouldn't roll my July 15th SoFi calls until next year, should I? Probably better to wait a few. Yeah, wait. Scrape up some cash. Do that while they're cheap. Yeah, wait. Not yet. Let the stock go higher and enjoy a run here. Take a run. Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. Just let them go higher. There you go. Yes, 1,500. Yes, let's go to 166 more thumbs ups for the Uncle Bruce and Jen. That is great stuff. Citadel loves Uncle Bruce. Really? Where's my check? CNBC too. A couple more cues. Plain English matters. Get those thumbs up. Bruce needs only 166 more. Yoko 1 star piece. Look out. How many people wish they had sold their AMC at 70? So many will get burned when it crashes. Thumper drummers. Thank you everybody for for everything. Everything you guys have done for us. We love you, and we're having a blast here. $23 on SoFi. Way to go. Get your hands on that SoFi. Get those contracts. Gores Holdings, 1420. Make sure to get there. And VGAC, get your hands on that stuff, too. Crazy Jackass 911. Hey, Bruce, in your opinion, Uncle Bruce, what's a big buy today as a longest-term investment that is fundamentally sound? Take a look at my list of favorites. Here we go. Pick off any of these guys right here. Pick up any of the SPACs or IBM, Microsoft. Pick up Intel, Home Depot, Cisco, Apple, Facebook, Micron, Vanex Semiconductor Fund, SMH. Any of those SPACs, pick those up and you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. No worries. And thank you for the donation. Here we go. 42.92 on AMC now. And the Dow is up 45, S&P down 9, NASDAQ down 118. GameStop 250.58. Looking at it, looks like it's going to go to 251 here. I like it. I like how we're doing this, guys. We're doing all right. Okay, there it is. I'm done. It's 3 hours. I got to get a rest. Thank you so much for being here this morning and watching with me and Jennifer, watching us this with these markets. Insane day. We'll keep on top of it. We'll be here at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the last hour of the day. The first hour of the aftermarket, I welcome you to join me there. And again, thank you for joining and becoming members and donations. Oh, man, you guys you're just incredible. I thank you so much. All right, we'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Take care. See you soon.